Oh, give us a second. We're not even jammed about that.
Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances and save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/28. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Shop Lowe's for Memorial Day deals. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Whirlpool. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more, like the new Whirlpool French door.
Hello. Cheaties, you are not ugly. You didn't break because you were ugly. I broke it because OBS because OBS is broken a bit for me. I don't know why it's so messed up. It's weird. Welcome, welcome. Hello. No, that's sorry. Here we go. No, we lost them. I think since this is the Nintendo, we'll have Nintendo sounds in the background. Yes, yes. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot to put the Discord audio on. Hold on.
Hear me. I was yapping to
Okay, well, welcome, Ducks.
I'm glad to be here. Let me tell you.
You know what?
Impressions be like.
You know what the best thing is that this my stuff is blocking the advertisement, which is great.
One of my first collab streams, I was muted. I had the audio muted half the time, so.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
As I was telling my chat as we were getting going, this is a tier list created by the lovely Ucerna, that is their username on Tier List Maker, who made this tier list for all of the Nintendo first and second party Switch games, so shout outs to them.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured this would be a good time to celebrate the Switch 2 by just looking back on like the lovely 8 years of the Switch 1 history. Just sharing our thoughts on the games and where we think they should rank and stuff like that.
No, I'm down.
I've been down. I've been told to judge. I shall judge.
Yes. Let me know if I need to change the audio. For my chat, let me know if I need to change the audio for any of them at all.
Yeah. Okay. So, luckily, we have the thing. Like,
how much will it take for chat to persuade y'all? We'll see, because we got Red's chat persuading us too.
Look what you did. Look what you did.
Here we go.
Yeah, sorry I didn't know you were going live, Red. Otherwise, I would.
Oh no, I.
Chat feature before stream.
Oh, I just said something.
Look what you did.
Okay.
See what you get. Look what you did.
Give me a second. Oh.
All right.
Look what you did.
I'll have to do this manually. I'll have to follow along.
Look what you did.
Is there anything I can do to make stream easier on your end, Red?
No, it's more of a me problem. Don't worry. I just gotta fix it real quick.
I spent like half an hour before stream, like, just because Tier List Maker is what is an advertisement hellscape. I just, in case you're wondering why the weird aspect ratio on my end, chat, it's because I've cropped everything so that conveniently the pop-up ads are all obscured from your vision. So
you would judge everything, Cheese. I'm trying to get this just right before we start. I will note that it will probably be a little laggy for me, but it should be okay.
That's fine. It's always laggy on my end, so.
Okay, I think we have this right.
So
okay.
Here is all the games, chat. Well, let me count them real quick. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's 13 times 9?
I know 108's 12 times 9 plus 9 would be
117. 117 plus 3 more at the bottom, so 120 in total.
A nice number.
Oof.
Wait, hold on. Metroid Prime 4 is on here. Nah, get that off here. That game hasn't even come out yet.
It's gonna be a banger. What do you mean?
I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong, but hold on.
No,
we're gonna have to make some edits to this here tier list real quick.
It's a 10. You can't. It's a 10.
Let's add a new category at the bottom. Hasn't even come out yet.
I got you. Let me do that on my side.
I'm looking forward to be.
Hey, fix that. There we go.
Be clear, this isn't the end of the
Z7Duckx_ followed your channel.
Thank you.
Couple games that have been announced that haven't released.
Thank you for the follow.
The Dachi and the new Rhythm Heaven are also coming to Switch.
I appreciate it. Games that haven't come out yet. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm all ready for this.
Thank you for the follow, Ducks.
Of course. No, because I looked this year, I'm like, wait, I ain't following you. I gotta fix it.
To be fair, your content's mostly YouTube stuff, so that's fair.
A
Honestly,
YouTuber?
TikTok.
I've not touched Twitch until I started doing this, actually.
Are you one of those?
Welcome to Twitch.
I am one of those, I know.
Are you one of those long 2-hour deep dives of like a topic no one knows about?
That's my presentation.
No, actually the opposite. Dux's content is mostly short form.
I got
if
you.
You want me to do a PowerPoint presentation? Ooh, that is so me.
We got
I've
the.
single-handedly done a 3-hour presentation on Shy Guy specifically. It was great.
Oh god.
Yes.
It was a guy
I've
on.
seen it. It is glorious.
There was a guy on
Glorious
YouTube.
as advertised bread, trust me.
There was a guy on YouTube that did a video on every single Shy Guy that existed ever.
No, honestly, that was part of my quote-unquote research. And even like
Yeah.
he missed out on some even after that video.
No.
After I watched it, there's so many.
Oh god.
Yeah, so we've got 9 categories here. Well, we had 8, but now we have 9. Double S, S, A, B, C, D, F. Hopefully we won't have too many Fs. Never played because, again, there's 120 games on here. Chances are there are games here that at least one of us have not played.
Okay.
So, and games that haven't come out yet, which is specifically the one for Metroid Prime 4. I am looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. Don't let this confusion make it think that I'm not looking forward to it, but it feels unfair to rank it in any category when it hasn't even come out yet. So.
But I mean, you might as well just put it up top. I'm just saying. Where's Metroid 4
yes,
on
that
there?
is a lot of games at AJM Mac.
Which one's Metroid Prime 4? Which one is that? Is it how far
It's at the
down?
very bottom, because conveniently these are thankfully placed in release order on the tier list, so... Which is good, because we kind of go through the history of the Switch as the release dates. So...
Is it which game is next to it? I'm just trying to put this on here.
Metroid Prime 4 is at the bottom next to Xenoblade X.
Xenoblade X. Oh, okay, I was making sure.
It's the very last one in the row, so we'll be going top to bottom, I think.
Okay. Let me.
Starting with, I guess we can go ahead and get into it now.
All
Are you ready,
right.
gentlemen?
I'm ready.
Yes.
So, first game, 1-2 Switch. Where do we put it?
Put them all at bottom tier. Fuck you, cheaties. I've seen this. I
have not
I've
played
not.
1-2 Switch.
No, you first. Sorry.
Oh, I have not played 1-2 Switch, but I have seen clips of it though, and a
Yeah.
lot of it looks very disappointing. Like, it would be a fun game if you had, but it's just like stock images and it's mostly audio based.
Yeah, it definitely was a like one of those like look at what we can do, like
Yeah, and every Nintendo game has the tech demo games like Wii Sports and Nintendo Land for the Wii and Wii U
Like,
respectively.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I mean,
yeah.
though. Like, I'd rather play Wii Sports and Nintendo Land than 1-2 Switch. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
about
both
it.
those games have tons of replay, and it's just the presentation feels so stilted.
And-
too on the
and
1-2
keep in
Switch.
mind,
It feels
you- You have to pay like what $50-$60 to play this
60,
game.
yeah.
60,
$60.
yeah.
$60.
And it's
$60 for a bunch of PNGs. The game.
oh man,
Yeah.
I would definitely. Well, I feel like it would be good in a party setting, but it's definitely for like the
Oh
average
yeah,
person.
in the right stuff, it's basically like just karaoke and charades as a group, which
More or
is
less, yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Which tier are we thinking?
Honestly, I'd probably put like C or D. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
We'll
If
put
it
it at
is-
high D.
I D.
If we truly, even if it's a game we haven't played,
like, I'm
if
giving
we
it
do,
the benefit
if
of
we
the
do
doubt.
have an
it's just
opinion,
both.
we can rank it.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I want to say like high D or low C. Like, the benefit of the doubt is like this is the like tech
We'll give
demo
it the
game.
benefit
like,
of doubt since I
yeah.
don't think any of us have played it. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it at C.
Okay. We'll put in this.
If it's a game we don't know about and truly have no opinion on, we'll put it never played.
like
So.
I've played it a couple times. That's why I mean like it's alright, but it's not like you're not like if you have a bunch of Switch games, that's not your go-to. That's not your number one. That's how I
Yeah.
feel about it.
Yeah. It's sort of like the perfect neutral game. Like, is it better or worse than 1-2 Switch? If it's better than 1-2 Switch, it's probably a good game. If it's worse than 1-2 Switch, it's probably a bad game.
Yeah.
See, yeah, at least for now, yeah. I feel like that.
Now, snipper clips I've not played at all. I have no real concept.
No, I have not played it. I have it's eShop only game, so it was like $20 or something. I've heard good things about this one. It's like a
Oh, it's like
co-op game.
I would say good things about it too. Honest, conceptually, I liked it. I didn't beat it, but just I did like the puzzle aspect of you actually have to like cut the guys.
Ooh.
So, since you've played it and the other two of us haven't, what could you describe about it, Ducks?
It's a puzzle game, and it's instead of like it's a puzzle game, but you're basically making yourself the puzzle piece, and it's a lot of like yeah, no, it's one of those type of games.
Oh.
So like
Oh,
if you
so, like,
need
you
I
like
love-
a bucket, yeah, you actually cut out the. That's what the whole bit of the
No,
secret bit, like,
I
for
love those
example,
games.
if you need to like put like if you need a bucket of water, you get the other person to cut specifically like most of your body except for like a slim bit, so you actually make yourself into a cup, and they can carry the water. It's like a game kind of like that. Or if you need to fill in like a slot, you have to cut it at a specific angle. That's what the other
Ooh.
guy's for. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Oh, okay.
I put on Pico
That actually
Park
sounds
towards of
really-
like yeah, no, I put it up there with Pico Park in towards of like puzzles.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so where would you rank it then? You
I'd
think
leave
it's a
it
B
there.
tier?
I think it's a B tier game. It's a good
Yeah,
game, but like
okay.
I feel like
underrated.
it.
Underrated.
it-
I don't beat it,
okay.
but it's underrated.
I do love puzzle games.
Yeah, it was a fun little launch game.
Yeah.
This is also good because it gives me ideas of games that I haven't played yet that I can go back to and buy later when hopefully they go on discount after the Switch 2 comes out.
Oh,
This is like, ooh, okay. Note to self, snipper clips.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And now we get to one of the biggest games on
Yeah,
the Switch,
Breath
and the
of the
first
Wild.
one on this that I've played, Breath of the Wild.
This
baby.
is triple S tier. I'm sorry. It's a good game.
Yeah, this is probably double S.
Good open world game.
One.
Inspired
I
games
couldn't beat
like Genshin Impact. Definitely S tier.
It did bring out the open world aesthetic. I will say it wasn't the first, but it's like it definitely opened a renaissance.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to
It's
talk
wet.
about it, but what can you really
Yeah.
say about it that hasn't been said
Yeah.
by like every other Nintendo YouTuber in existence?
Cheat. What do you mean D tier cheaties? Get out of here. You haven't played this, have you? No, it was fun.
Sounds like someone died to a Lionel.
Oh, it's definitely fun. I do miss the old Zelda, but this Zelda's pretty good. It's more, you have more freedom, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see if both this and like the old 3D Zelda style stuck around.
Yeah.
I don't know how feasible that is for Nintendo to do, but yeah.
Yeah, because even
Also,
their
fun fact.
no, you first. Sorry, I was gonna say even like their near game. What was it? Echoes of Wisdom is not like a, you know, it is different than regular games. So
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
it's look like the classic 2D top down. So, but I think they said that they're gonna be leaning away from the Breath of the Wild style for the next console generation, just to keep things fresh, which is fair.
Yeah, the fresh thing, yeah.
We'll get more into it, but they basically released 2 games, and if
You
you count the
would cheat.
Warriors games, they're gonna have 4 games with the exact same aesthetics, so in the same universe. So,
well,
fun fact about this game: this was a dual release between the Wii U and the Switch,
yeah, the Mario Kart 8.
and
yeah.
I originally
I
played
forgot about
this.
that.
And this is probably, I think this is the only game that I own official copies of on multiple systems.
Same. I
Really?
used to have it on the Wii U as well. I think for like a
Yeah.
10-year game, it still holds up a lot. It's still like
Yeah, it really does. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only Nintendo game that's ever won Game of the Year, and
Like,
for good reason.
yeah, like if you like, I think there was percentage of people like if you have the Switch, you most likely have this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually outsold. We'll get to Mario Odyssey, obviously.
Get outside, yeah.
This actually outsold the 3D Mario game, which
Hmm.
I don't think has ever happened for Zelda before. But yeah, this game was huge.
Yeah. What are we thinking?
Yeah, But yeah, I started playing this game on the Wii U, just like I started playing this game on Wii U, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Such
Oh,
a.
okay,
the
okay, but
game-
are we talking before or after DLC?
It could be either.
Oh yeah, that could be either.
By the way, as we've been talking, I believe it sold about 10 million more units
Ooh.
just in the
No.
span of time we've been talking about it.
This
Because
game.
that thing has, it is Mario Kart 8 is between this and the Wii U sales, is the 6th highest selling game of all time.
Yeah.
It's the wildest thing to me, especially because this is my thing with Deluxe. It's just the Wii U game. I was a certified Mario Kart 9 I was hoping for Mario Kart 9. And
It
I'm
was-
like, there's no way. Nah, I'll give it some time.
I
Right.
will
I'll give it
say,
some time."
honestly, as much as this game has sold, there is one person who has never owned this game, and that is yours truly.
Yeah.
because
Because
when
the
I first, because
yeah.
I played a crap ton of Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I'll have you know, I
Yeah.
love
I don't
Mario
even-
Kart 8 to death, and I'll probably put this at S tier because of that. But when
Yeah.
Mario Kart Deluxe came out, I was like, well, that's cool for people who haven't played it, but I'm just gonna wait till Mario Kart 9
Yeah, no,
comes
that's
out
what it
because
was
it's
for
the
me.
holdover.
4
That's why I'm like,
DLCs
oh, it's for the
later.
people who didn't get a Wii U. I'm like, oh, that's understandable. Oh,
See, the
I'm
only
sure 1 or 2 years from now they'll release Mario Kart 9. I'll get that.
that's
The-
what I'm saying.
the
And
big
then 8 years
issue
pass.
is that they had originally promised just like 2 or 3 DLCs, but they like expanded it really hard. They went really in on it, and that was very
Yeah,
smart.
they did the booster
Oh, yeah.
course pass, which honestly did not like the booster course pass very much. Just not because no, I mean at the end of the day it's a net positive because more tracks, more content, etc. And they did
It's like
actually
just
add a
a
lot of
win-based game.
interesting features with it, but it looks so cheap compared to the original tracks.
That is also
'Cause it's-
true.
I still think Mario Kart 8, at least base game, is the best looking game Nintendo has ever made.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks really great.
Like, not even necessarily graphical fidelity, but just from a pure design standpoint.
Yeah.
Everything has, like, they do not cut corners with any details in the originals, so.
When my jaw dropped as soon as I saw the wheels turned sideways when they go on the walls.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and it really shows like it's more about how you use those resources. Like Luigi Mansion 3 was like beautiful, and it really showed that like even though it had lower like specs compared to like newer consoles, it still looked pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Switch version should include the full game, like all DLC included. Yeah, that is true, and it did include all the Wii U DLC in it, to be fair. Watch them re-release it for Switch 2, but have all the Booster Course Pass DLC in it. But in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I mean, part of me, out of annoyance that we never got a Mario Kart 9, wants to rank it low, but at the end of the day, Mario Kart 8 was one of my favorite games of all time, and this added a great battle mode, DLC included,
Okay,
Booster
guys,
Course
Yeah.
I would
Pass, a
like
bunch
to
of
add.
extra features and characters.
I'd like to
I
add.
really cannot rank it lower than Double S in good conscience, because it's literally one of my favorite games of all time, and they improved on it. So it's like
Oh, it's foolish.
either SS or regular S. I'm not sure.
For me, I would have to put it S, not double S, because of the fact it's been like the same Mario Kart for over 10 years.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like we would ironically look at it with more fondness if a Mario
Honestly,
Kart
if
Yeah.
you
come
slap
out
the
for
Mario Kart
Switch.
9 label on it, boom. Going. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be so real.
Mario Kart 8.5.
Or Mario
We'll
Kart
go
8.9.
Kingdom Hearts numbering. 8.8.
But I would like to add
8.8 prologue.
the battle mode. That is probably the biggest upgrade. That was honestly my biggest complaint from the Wii U version, because I didn't
Oh,
like
the Wii
that
U
they
battle
didn't.
mode sucked.
Yeah, I didn't like that it was just the regular tracks and they just shoved the battle aspect onto the regular tracks when the tracks were
Middle
clearly not
school me was
intended to do that.
Middle school me was hyped for that at first because I always thought when I was playing Mario Kart Wii, imagine if we did this at Coconut Mall. And then I realized why we couldn't do it at Coconut Mall. So I always thought it was fun. Nintendo should have done like a random shadow drop DLC on like April Fool's Day where they add all the old courses to battle mode. April Fools, play Balloon Battle on Toad's Turnpike again. No! Also, before we officially move on from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, music.
Oh yeah, it was
I
great.
forgot how great the music was in this game.
Yeah, but like, what was your favorite track though? That's the real question.
Ooh. Are we counting only originals? I feel like.
If it's originals, it has to be Sunshine Airport for me. That is like my go-to track every single
Sunshine
time.
Airport was good, except because as a kid, I had always fantasized of a racetrack and an airport, but I kind of wanted more in the interior of the airport.
That's fair.
I wanted like a segment where you're inside, like you know the Toy Story 2 scene in the airport with all the maze of conveyor belts that they're now
Yeah.
doing. I want that incorporated into a Mario Kart
Oh,
track.
that'd be
'Cause that
great.
just sounds amazing. I mean, Toad's Factory kind of does that, but you know.
I know it. No,
But
I know
yeah,
what you mean.
favorite track? Honestly, it might actually be Bowser's Castle.
Really?
From that game.
Ooh.
I really liked that Bowser. The music, that's the best Bowser's Castle theme. Just the electric guitar, and I just like the giant swinging ball and like the giant Bowser who was punched like the walls and stuff. It's
Okay,
either that or
I do
like
that.
it's either that Electrodrome. I don't
used
even know
to
what
hear
setting
it.
Electrodrome is even supposed to take place in, by the way.
God,
All I know
I
is
can't
they're
think of
German,
what.
and I want to join.
It's either
What'd you say?
that or Toad's Harbor, maybe.
Wait, Radical, what'd you say?
God, I can't think of the one I'm thinking of. Is the one that was in like, where like the traffic. I forget which one that is. I can't remember the name of it.
Toad's Turnpike?
I think it is. Yeah, when like you're like going through the traffic and then like you have the one part I like is like the like where you're on like like a hill and you turn with the traffic. I definitely love the vibe.
Yeah, and you had like the little flatbed trucks with like the gliding ramps.
Oh
on them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
If you hit that at the right time, you could fly over an entire other section of the track. Like there was no purpose; it was slower, but it was a nice Easter
That was
egg.
cool
So.
though.
Yes, it was. Oh, Super Bell Subway, underrated track. I really like Super Bell Subway.
See, that sounds like me
I
when I
like how
talk
the-
about Wildwood.
Yeah, Wild Woods is good too.
That was my
Shy Guy
go-to
Falls. Shy Guy Falls, like, I get the feeling the entire anti-gravity feature was conceived around the what if you could drive up and down a waterfall. And whoever needs that
man.
needs a raise, but
I
we could spend the rest of this talking about Mario Kart 8, but we should probably move on.
got you. Arms I have not
Alright.
played and I've not really watched anyone play it, so I wouldn't know.
I did play ARMS. It was free on Nintendo Switch Game Trials for a week, but notably I did not own it, and there's a reason for that. It is a fun game, fun characters, great music, but it is a little bare bones.
Oh, it's another prototype game.
Like fun gameplay, but very simplistic. It's basically using the Joy-Con motion controls as arms and like punching and grabbing and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
it has its fun stuff like customizable gloves with different powers and the different characters do. So
I got you.
if you find like people to play competitive with, like you can mix and match and you can really have a blast with it.
Me,
But like, there's a reason it never. Oh, you played a lot of ARMS?
Oh, ARMS was my game. Oh my god. No, it was crazy for me because I was actually a Min main, and then they made her playable in Smash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see.
But no, I love that game so. No, admittedly, yeah, it is bare bone. There's not much replayability, but if you have the right people,
Yeah.
oh, it's like adrenaline all over again. That's to me. I feel ARMS the same way I feel like about what's it called? Pokken Tournament. That's how I feel about that game. The right
Yeah.
niche amount of people who knows how to play the game. Chef's
We'll be
kiss.
getting to Pokken Tournament later too. ARMS I enjoyed. Like the music is great. Like
Oh, it's amazing.
it sounds like carnival music. Like oh. Oh. Great. Honestly, it's one of those games where even if I was sort of underwhelmed by the original, I would love to see Nintendo take another stab at it because I do feel like it has potential to be like a not necessarily like a competitive game or a fighting game, but like a multiplayer
it's too
classic.
gimmicky. But like, yeah, I was just like, if there was an ARMS 2, it's like simply
You
if they
hold
simply
now.
added more characters, more stages, more reasons to play outside of like, because like there was like an online campaign mode, like not a campaign mode, but there was like kind of like Splatfest, but like for ARMS, that was a little fun. But
Yeah.
like those were like once a month, so until then you weren't really doing anything else with the game.
I think they were hoping ARMS would be the next Splatoon, and it really wasn't.
It was not. Love the game, but it was not.
What do you think?
It didn't have the same. You could play it online, but it didn't have quite the same online appeal. It felt more of a couch co-op type of game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean-
where would you rank it, Ducks?
Yeah.
First, at least if it was me, if this was like my sole playlist, high B or low A.
We'll put it B
I'd
above
say high
Snipper
B.
Clips.
I'll
Yeah,
say
we'll put it
high
at
B,
the
that's how I
top
feel
of
about that
B
game.
above Snipper Clips, I think, then. Yeah, definitely a fun game. It's one of those games where I always tell myself if I have the money aside, I'll get it. It's just, again, and this is a recurring problem, as you'll see with a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch list. This game I would love to own, but it's $60.
It's
Oh.
$60.
Yeah.
The biggest problem Nintendo, especially this era, is they love to charge everything at 60.
Yeah. And they don't have any
sometimes
sales.
Really need it.
And sometimes a game has enough content to justify 60.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't. Like if ARMS was like a $40 or $30 game, like I would snap that up
Yeah.
immediately. But like hard to justify $60 on that game when I can spend $60 on like a Breath of the Wild and get
Yeah.
hundreds of hours more gameplay out of it.
That's how I feel about ARMS and Snipper Clips. I think B tier is the game should be $30 tier.
To be fair, I think
At least for
Snipper
now.
Clips actually was a cheaper game just because it was an eShop exclusive. Those are usually like $20 or something. So Snipper Clips is probably the only non-60 game we've put on here so far. So
And now 80 to 90. Well, you know,
Don't
that's
remind
look.
me. Don't remind me.
Look, it's Nintendo not the only one doing it. It's
I know. No, for me, it's just like anytime I hear the $80, $90 price tag on a Nintendo game, I just think of that one SpongeBob clip where Patrick's just like, "Oh, you ate the last candy bar, and now I'm gonna starve," as if he eat everything.
Again, like I said, the only way you could justify Mario Kart World being like $80 is if there's no DLC and then everything's tied with the game, the NSO expansion pass. I think that would be worth it in terms of $80 game that you don't have to constantly buy like trillions of DLC. Yeah. I think the DLC has to be free or it's not worth it.
It would also be one thing if we knew that World would be the only game they charge $80, but we know it won't be.
But I mean, to be fair to them, like what the
Smash will probably.
Donkey Kong is like $70, so I mean it's that variable
and
pricing
I know they
thing.
announced that almost immediately afterwards to show people we're not charging them all at 80. Calm down.
I'm sure that's not. I'm sure there's another game that was $80 for them, but I could be wrong.
No, for me, it's
Doom the Dark
way
Ages just came out at 80, so technically they beat them to the punch.
Nah.
For me, it was the ad of Mario Kart World, like the most, like not the most recent ad, maybe it might be now, but I just saw the ad, and you could tell there was like a section in the bottom left corner after the ad ended that was supposed to show the price, and they hit it.
Yeah. They really. I mean, they were very open on the website with every single detail.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do believe not mentioning prices and stuff
Yeah.
was probably a mistake in the direct. It caused a lot of misinformation
Yeah.
around it, because then everybody started reading 90, but turns out that's just the price in euros.
Yeah, and it was definitely intentional. They definitely just posted all that stuff on the website after the fact because they knew it was,
And I do think part of the pushback was just more. Everybody was shocked that Nintendo would be the one to push that.
Well, I mean,
Nintendo games are expensive, but at the same time, Nintendo's usually known as the budget console compared to Sony and Microsoft. So the fact that they pulled the $80 trigger first.
I mean, it's really at the end of the day, like when they did like Tears of Kingdom and posted that at $70, and people like that sold extremely well. I think that's like the kind of reality is that kind of like told Nintendo that people were willing to buy any price, like, and they were willing to be okay with it, like a $70 game and upcharge. I think that's like, when you hear people complain about it, but then the reality is the majority has already agreed they don't care about the price. They don't care about the price.
Yeah, I didn't know if that would lead to anything though, because a bunch of games immediately after that were back to 60. So I was wondering, was that just a one-off, turns out no, but
I mean, the Switch 2 is like what, more expensive, like and it's sold out.
$450.
And it sold out like almost immediately. The average person.
$450.
Yeah, 450 is more less than the other ones like PlayStation 5 and stuff. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, it's still cheaper than a PlayStation and Xbox.
I mean, I guess my ramble is that people showed by it selling out they just don't care. They don't care how much it is. I mean, they'll buy it because they want it.
Yeah.
It's hard to convince the average person to not buy it. It's hard. It's hard to get the average person to care about that kind of stuff.
It really is the fact that they're just like exclusive games. You're not gonna find them anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Splatoon 2.
I've not played Splatoon at all, but I've heard it was really well.
Oh.
I honestly...
I could see the flag. Yeah, I could see that. They're only doing the prices for the flagship titles. I could. That's gonna be the other reality is that I think Nintendo is upping their prices, but like everyone else, I don't think is gonna follow that kind of $80. It really depends.
Yeah.
But
So where would you put
Splatoon?
Where would you put Splatoon 2 Ducks?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, when they
Ow.
announced dualies. Oh, it was over. Oh
Hi,
my
please. Hope
gosh.
you're doing well, buddy.
Oh man.
This is an S tier, I assume.
See, now I'm just like thinking, if I would have put like Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 3. Like my thing was with Splatoon 2, I played a lot of Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. And so when Splatoon 2 came out, I didn't play it as much, but it was still like a really fun game. Plus they added Salmon Run. That is like my favorite niche mode, and I get
Salmon Run is great PvE.
I
but...
love Salmon Run.
I mean, Cheaty says that I would hope it's cheaper than those consoles due to the aged hardware and it's not going to compete with those consoles on a graphical scale. I feel like the Switch 2 could compete with like, maybe not completely, but I think it definitely competes with the Steam Deck, I think it has enough... I think it has enough power to get the third-party games now. I think it really does.
So S or double S for you for Splatoon 2 Ducks?
I say S for Splatoon 2, and then Splatoon 3 happened. Oh my god.
No, okay, this is by comparison. But
Really? You liked Splatoon 3 more than 2?
Yeah,
I felt that
movement.
free. Yeah, there was a lot of good free. I kind of had issues with free. A lot of the map design, which they did fix as the game went on. To be fair,
they
but
did fix that, yeah.
a lot of the map design, and I thought the music was actually worse for free than 2.
oh,
Really?
It's weird. Like all free Splatoon games, I feel like the music has gotten slightly worse. Like, cause like the joke is Splatoon music when Splatoon fans, when they hear gurgling piss, yeah.
I'm popping off every time. I don't care. I'll admit it. I'm popping off.
But like Splatoon 1, I'm like, no, that's not the case. And Splatoon 3, it's like, they have a point. I like some Splatoon free tracks. It's just I like a lot more from 1 and 2. But
Okay,
yeah, Splatoon is very fun. It's a very
I'll agree with that.
weird. It's a very profoundly weird game to explain to people, especially shooter fans. But it's like one of those when you get into like I don't even like shooters straight up. I can't stand them because I suck at aiming. But like that's the one game that's like it's good to be a shooter if you suck at aiming because you don't even have to hit the other players. It's not even the objective.
You have to
Ah.
you don't need to aim.
I have to put on the list of games. to check out.
I like getting the sploosh-o-matic, like the one with the big gun that just rapid fires. Because it can cover like the entire map in like 3 seconds, and you get like the curling bomb.
See, people, I know people. If people play Splatoon 2, I know they're gonna be mad at me, but I was a Tri-Slosher man.
Tri-Sloshers did not bother me. You know who I hate?
Whoa.
The bubbler bucket ones.
Oh my gosh.
I hate the bubble bucket so much because the bubbles like will go over walls to get you.
The platform, yes sir. Oh my gosh, that made me mad.
Yeah, just like ugh.
And
But
like,
yeah, that was.
thing was it? Even though, especially because like
Me.
it had so much distance. The Tri-Slosher, it was like
Right.
it did a lot of damage at close range, but like you're not hitting
Oop.
it before.
I
That's if
will
you just
say,
shoot and the bubbles just happen to get there.
definitely
You
your
die
opinion,
all of a
Cheese,
sudden.
and I
Because of the
respect your
smallest
opinion.
bubble.
Insane.
I won't try to like convince you or
The
anything,
same
but
range
no,
was
you
insane coverage.
you have your opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
guess it
added
really
a lot of
depends
good modes.
because
The story mode was kind of weak, but then they added
I
Octo Expansion.
I
as the
think if
DLC.
you're like
Octo Expansion is
like
still
a
the best
fan of
story
like
mode
of
of
Nintendo a
all
lot,
Splatoon.
you're definitely willing
That I
to.
They
agree.
have
That's
5 different campaigns
Uh,
now.
you're
That's
definitely
why I
I think it's
also
the
you're
best.
definitely
That's why I
willing to
also like
kind.
Splatoon.
I don't
That's
know.
why I
I
say
guess it's
Splatoon
the
3 more
preference.
over
I guess
Splatoon
it
2 because
it really
Splatoon 3
depends.
campaign really
But
like
no,
that.
I get what you're saying. I'm not denying
Yeah.
like your
But
you know
I
opinion.
just love the aesthetics of Octo Expansion so much. They added that. They added all sorts of. They added Salmon Run. They added Clam Blitz. So maybe that's not so good. But
Oh
you know.
no, that's the only downgrade. That's the only downgrade. We are a certified Clam Blitz hater.
I wish I was a part of this conversation. I have no idea what any of these words are.
If
Clam
you
Blitz
have
is-
the opportunity to buy Splatoon 2 or free for cheap,
Oh,
Fred, I definitely
I'll-
recommend picking
I
it
say
up.
it's, I say it's
I'll-
worth if you got if the opportunity's there, it's worth.
Look, my dad works for Nintendo. I'll find a way.
Yeah, it's a fun game to play even like with randoms. I rarely play it with friends online. I usually play with randoms and it's still a blast.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's got all the problems you have of like it's the closest thing really Nintendo has to a live service game.
Oh yeah, like
Because it
even now,
regularly gets updates. and
people are
stuff.
still playing Splatoon 2. Like they
Yeah.
still good, yeah.
See
Like-
now, my kind of like thing is that like, is it fair to put it down to an S? Like, if not for Splatoon 3.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, do we judge it based on what came
I mean,
out
would you say
afterwards?
like Super Mario 64? It is like would you put Super Mario Brothers 3 down a notch because of Super Mario 64? Is I guess my question.
Yeah, but the difference
That's like two different styles of
is
games.
Super
That's how I
Mario
feel about
Bros.
it.
3 and Super Mario
Hmm.
64 are fundamentally different, where
Yeah.
the Splatoon games are more direct linear, where they take all the stuff the previous game had,
And
just
they
add
put
more
it
to
in
it.
That's really like the difference between like
Okay.
1, 2,
It's,
3,
it's not like it has all completely new levels and stuff.
Oh, it's like
I mean,
a-
it does to an extent, but
Most of the time
It's
they bring
a-
the stuff back.
it's like comparing all the different like Mario Party games.
So
versus
I'm
comparing all the
assuming
different-
this is like a Overwatch 2 scenario, basically.
Sort of, except first of all, they don't delete the other game from when they make the new one.
But like
So-
in that in the cost of like assets are just carried over. Yeah, and that's been
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of shared assets and stuff.
Mhm.
But to be fair, the first game was in HD, so you can kind of get away with that. So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. S tier it is. I get you. I see.
although funny thing is, people point out if you look at Splatoon 1 versus 3, the Inkling models, they've gotten slowly taller over time, and nobody's sure why. But
Wait, no, I want to see that. Hold up.
oh no, we've got ducks on a side quest.
No, no. There's so many games on
I
here.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Uh.
Hmm.
To be fair, we're also doing like a lot of heavy hitters at the beginning.
Yeah,
We'll probably
I-
get through them faster once we start getting into the more niche ones
Yeah,
that none of us have played.
I see some of them. I
Hey.
see some of the Labo ones on here. So
Oh, yeah.
The live ones will be wow, fun cardboard. All right, never played. Anyways,
I feel like I should add another tier to this as well.
what is that?
I think let me look for it here. Let me are games that are for going off gimmicks.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's just for me.
the gimmick tier.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, almost half of Nintendo games can fall into that if you're creative enough with it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. I accidentally deleted. Oops, I accidentally deleted a tier. Oops. Let me-
No problem.
I put Skyward Sword on the gimmick tier. No, it's wrong. Okay. Let me put at or below. There you go. Okay.
for me, but it's back.
Oh. Wait.
Okay. I guess moving on. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The most in.
I
my gosh.
I played this one. It's pretty decent. I wouldn't. I got it for very cheap. So.
Yeah, same.
So
I have never played it. I hear it's a surprising banger.
It is. It
actually
is.
a certified good classic.
If you like SOCOM type games and stuff, it definitely is a really fun game.
Like,
I played some of the sequel, like in a game trial. We'll get to that. That I found really addicting. So I assume if the first game's like that, then yeah.
I
Just wish it didn't have the Rabbids in it.
I'm not gonna lie, fan of the. Ever since Rabbit Go Home, like the rabbits. I hate minions, but rabbits they get a pass.
Yeah.
I think that's why Rabbids give me minion PTSD.
I just hate them because they took Rayman's thunder, and having Rayman fight the rabbits would have been a great game that they just. I would probably put it at like
address that though in the sequel game because Rayman's in DLC for that game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would either put it as like a B or an A, but
I put an A. I really like this game.
Okay, well,
I think we'll put it in A then. I can't comment much on this, but Mario has a bullet bill hand cannon.
Yeah,
so
they convinced
like
Mario.
a quality game to me.
They convinced Mario having a gun.
In terms you understand. Imagine Fire Emblem, but with dynamic movement on top of the Fire Emblem.
Ooh. I think it's A just purely because they convinced Nintendo to give Mario a gun. That's got to be a win.
No, I think that does get points. I think that there's no other way possible you would ever do that.
Yeah. I don't know how Ubisoft convinced Nintendo to give Mario a bullet bill hand cannon, but
I think what I also liked is that each character had their own incentive to actually use them. So you weren't just like using the same two characters the entire time.
Yeah.
Depending on
they
situations.
all had their own like styles and pros and cons.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's what I like. Each character was its own different playstyle.
Yeah.
This next game, I don't even.
All right.
I'm not even sure
Moving
about the next
one. We were talking about this game earlier. Pokken Tournament DX.
Okay, I will say.
The Pokemon Tekken.
I played more of the original, and then I didn't buy the deluxe one. But I played like a month trial of that and basically grinded the trial. What?
So, your thoughts?
This game is the reason why I understand Tekken. I'm gonna be so honest. But like, it's a hit or miss for people. It's a hit for me. I like Pokemon. You tell me I could play as Pikachu Libre and wrestle a Sceptile in a 3D environment while scrapping? Like, say less. It was one of those games where it's like, It was like it's like a traditional like 3D shooter, like 3D fighter. That's how I describe it. But I thought it was a good game at least.
Where would you put it then?
Deluxe. Ooh, okay. I will say, the original I was a Machamp main. Deluxe I'm an Empoleon main. Ugh, love those. I love those guys. I'd put it. At least for me, I'd put it less than Mario Rabbids, but more than ARMS. Somewhere in that.
Okay.
I don't know, like high B or low A, but it's like it's worse than Mario Rabbids, but it's better than ARMS. Much better than ARMS.
We'll put it here for now. We may tweak that, maybe move it up to A as we go through.
Okay.
We do not have we do not have anything in D or F right now, I should say.
That's a good thing.
Fire Emblem Warriors is a very strong never played for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, calling me out. As a certified Dynasty Warriors fan, boy. I will say this game kind of weak. I'm not gonna lie, because like here's my take on this. I know there's gonna be some. Oh, there it is. Oh, Hyrule Warriors. We'll talk about that later. But
I've liked the Dynasty Warriors games I've played, but I do have I've played a Fire Emblem Warriors and a Hyrule Warriors, but neither of them are the final Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule Warriors. Just because for some reason I found the games with the singular focus to be more interesting to me. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors gameplay is very fun.
Like here's my thing with this game. Like yes, there's like different type of people to use, but it was to the point where like some characters they kind of just like got lazy. Like I understand that like yes, you could only have so many sword wielders and so many like Pegasus knights and so many like cavalry knights. Like that's Fire Emblem, yes. But from a Dynasty Warriors perspective, some of the characters tend to be a little bit like they're kind of clones. So it's just a matter of like you could only pick. It was just a matter of you picked like 3 different classes. It's just like who you wanted. Like for example, you had Sita, Cordelia, and somebody else. They were all Pegasus Knights. They all played the same. You had Lucina, Chrom. The 2 main characters. They're all Swordfires. They basically play the same. That was my gripe with that game. I still think it's a good game, but some like there was like less unique reasons to play some characters over the others. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But I heard a lot of people also complain because it was mostly just characters from Fates and Awakening, which were the 2 new games when it came out.
It was like heavily influenced by Fates. I will say that, but I wouldn't say it was just all Fates. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. So where would you rank it then?
Honestly, to be honest, I'd probably have it less than. Like I know it's definitely the Dynasty Warrior bias, but I want to say it's like less than Pokken Tournament. Would I have it over Arms? I would say it's like more replayable than Arms, but like barely more replayable than Arms.
Okay, we'll put it there then.
I'd put it there. It's definitely a B game, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, and now we move on to another heavy. Gosh, as an aside, launch year for Nintendo Switch was insane with the heavy hitters.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I've not played, but I know it has some crazy scenes. I'm thinking SS tier, but
before that, we have to get to Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, Super Mario.
This is like the one game in my entire life I wish I could play it again for the first time.
Oh yeah, I played it. It's really good.
My suggestion to that, Ducks, is play it co-op with a friend, because I played it the second time with my brother. I played the hat. And it was like enjoying it for the first time because he knew nothing about the game and saw his reaction.
Oh yeah.
I will say I didn't. My brother's the same age as me, so it's not like a little brother situation. We're both in our 20s, so
I mean,
we both did this in our 20s. So
I think it's like he never experienced the game for the that was him experiencing the game for the first time. Like, I wish.
You definitely love the
we were
first
both in our
impressions.
20s when we did this. I should mention it's not like a cuddly like child bonding moment. It was just more like 2 college age guys.
I have like
the crap with each other.
Keep the whimsy. That's my motto.
I have like niece and nephews, and it's very hard to play games with them because they have problems with like holding it and moving the right stick.
Ooh, skill issues.
I would put this in SS. I'd put it below Breath of the Wild myself, but there's a lot to like about this. I still prefer Galaxy. Galaxy's still my favorite 3D Mario game over this.
I do really
weirdly, this is a lightning hot take. I might put 3D World above it.
No,
really?
Wow.
I really love 3D World.
That's a really good game, but that's interesting. I would not personally, but like,
I feel like it would.
From a gameplay perspective, it's worse, but for Odyssey, compared to Odyssey, it's just like the vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd seen Simple Flips play 3D World. I think if you have a good amount, like if you play with a lot of friends, it's very fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah. we'll get to 3D World later because I believe that's also on this list because of Bowser's Fury. But Mario Odyssey, weirdly, this game taught me a very painful lesson that I've carried with me. Uh, once you've seen enough of the game to decide you want to play it, ignore it. Don't look up a single thing about it because I saw way too many
Yeah.
playthroughs and stuff of
Same.
Mario Odyssey, and then I finally played it, and
it
then I felt like I
ruins-
didn't enjoy half the game because everything,
You already
all the
saw it.
I already
Yeah,
knew
because
half the
you already knew.
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
happens.
I intentionally like as soon as I saw Odyssey come, I intentionally avoided the internet as much as possible for that game.
Yes, I learned that the hard way. So I ended up enjoying the game a lot more when I replayed it over
Mm-hmm.
and over again. Every time I replay it, I more. So, but it's one of those. It taught me a valuable lesson of ignore games that you want to play, unironically.
Yeah. I mean, the most
But,
games that I
yeah.
watch, like people play, are the ones that I know I'm never gonna really play.
Yeah, or like I don't like for me it was a matter of like I just really have Nintendo console at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play Persona anytime soon. I'm not buying the whole console for one game. It's like stuff like
God,
that.
I got.
It's probably why I will.
Oh, Jam.
Hello?
Oh, he
Play
might be.
if I ever buy a Persona, I'll already seen 100% playthrough of 5. So, am I muted?
Exactly.
No, no,
You were, but you're back now.
Yeah, you were cutting out.
I've had issues on this end with the audio clipping every now and then, where you guys will go out for like 1 or 2 seconds, but
Oh.
I don't know if it's just Discord acting up or my computer.
No, I think it's Discord because it's like both ways.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see you guys still moving on like the little Discord reactive thing, so I know you guys are still talking.
Oh. I love. Yeah.
But yeah, Odyssey, very fun game. It's like
It's
one of
very
those
fun, yeah.
games where like if you're getting a Switch, that's one of the games you absolutely need to pick up for it. That and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's definitely the opus magnus of Mario games, I think.
Like
Mhm.
these two are still like the holy duology of like Switch games.
Those-
Even
Like for me, it's that those two games single-handedly sold the Switch for a lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about those games.
Yeah, so anyways, I feel like we weirdly did not talk about Odyssey a lot, but again, it's sort of like a Breath of the Wild of what is there to add.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. It's definitely a
Yeah.
fun game.
I will say, love Balloon World. I just want to add that there. Love Balloon World. I love.
Until someone glitches the balloon underground.
R
That
puts
was funny.
R puts like
Not when I waste
solicited
points on
pictures on it. Oh.
Okay, and now we're on to Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, I think the anime Sword Girls, you gotta put it to A. Does it? It's just me.
I have not played this game. Spoiler alert, I do plan on playing one of the games soon, but I always heard this one was generally considered one of the weaker ones.
It
Just
is
because
weaker.
a lot of people did not like how.
But Jam.
It is weaker.
Girl sword, so you could come on.
That's why I've heard it's weaker though. Unironically read, people did not. A lot of the fans of the first game did not like how waifu they went with the characters to the point where they walked it back for the third game.
Oh,
No, there's. I will say there are a lot of waifu aesthetic looking blades in that game. Because the thing was, the artist didn't have a direction. They just had like a vague idea. So it was just like, oh, they're just designing characters. Oh. So they was like,
No, I mean, from what I have seen of Pyra and Mithra and Smash Brothers, the characters seem fun.
oh, they're fun, but it's like, I think the biggest problem is that people like a lot of people went from 1 to 2, and they're like, oh, 1, ah yes, but then they go to 2, it's like, oh, weaker, blah 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 blah. I think 2 is still a good game. It's definitely weaker than 1, but it's still a good game.
Where would you place it, you think?
Definitely above Pokken Tournament. I really do like this game. Like as much as people say it's like not all that, I think it's still a good. I still think it's worth value. I think it's worth playing. If you liked
Okay,
one, I said it's worth like. Don't expect it to be another Xenoblade 1, but I say it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put it just below Kingdom Battle, then A tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd leave it there for now.
While we're at it, we are going to jump ahead a little bit because I noticed this. Red, it should be at the far right of your screen if you've been following me. Xenoblade 2 DLC. For some reason, that counts as a separate
It was
page.
actually funny story. Funny story.
Okay.
So for Christmas, I wanted Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because like I just finished one, and I'm like, okay, yay, I got it for Christmas. Woo! I put the disc in. It's the DLC.
Yeah,
And
they
the
sold the DLC as a
They
separate
sell the
cartridge.
DLC as a separate cartridge, and it does not come with the
What?
actual game itself. It's
What?
just the DLC.
Yeah, Nintendo did not try this strategy a second time,
Okay.
curiously, during the Switch's lifespan. Can you guess why?
It's like it reminds me of the Mass Effect pre-order when you're ordering the like the solid box and the car, but then it's like does not come with the game. $200.
Literally.
So,
I've
Tara-
not played the DLC. I will say that much.
Okay, so do we just put that in? So if none of us have played that, do we put that never played then?
I would guess no. Yeah, I put it never played. I want to play it, but like I don't want to buy the whole. I feel like that's just one of the things I'll watch because I don't want to buy a whole thing just for DLC.
I heard it was I heard it improved a lot of stuff from the first game, but
Really?
it's one of those things where, well, first of all, I don't even know why they put it as separate categories.
No,
on
that
this
was
list.
dumb. That was well, like it makes sense.
get-
No, on the list it makes sense. I would say on the list it makes sense. Nintendo doing that's what I consider dumb.
Yeah.
Uh,
Weird packaging. Again, that's something they course corrected with the third
Because
game
if
where
you
they
look
just
at
had
it, it's like okay, like if you're like just say this is like an average person like looking at like trying to get Xenoblade 2. Oh, this looks like this is the deluxe version. Oh, let's get that. Oh no, it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
That's
Like, even Elden Ring,
That's literally
even
what I
Shadow
saw.
of the Erd Tree didn't do that, so... That's a move you would have done with like an old PC game back in like the 90s, when you had to actually buy physical PC games.
we're gonna run some ads real quick. I know there's not that many people
But
here
yeah.
anyways, but we're gonna have to
Okay,
get the ads out of
sorry
the
we
way.
jumped ahead there. I just figured we
Don't worry,
covered
you're
both
probably not missing
Xenoblade
much.
Chronicles 2s at once.
No, that's
Back to the list proper. Bayonetta's 1 and 2, which I believe these are just straight ports.
I have not played either, so I cannot say much. I just think
I have
Bayonetta is
not-
cool. That is it.
I have also not played either, so...
Yeah, I have not.
And Red is currently muted, so...
Oh,
Like
oh, I
only
forgot to mute,
exposure
sorry.
Okay. Red, have you played either Bayo 1 or Bayo 2?
I have not, sadly. I've not even really seen a lot of gameplay about it, so I can't really speak upon them.
Alright, never played it goes.
I tried watching a Bayonetta playthrough. I didn't finish it though. Game seemed fun, but that's all I got.
Yeah, it does seem fun. Like, I mean, it's made by the same guys who made Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, and the same guys who made Nier Automata, so...
I got you.
It's got a... I assume the games are great. They're very niche, and it's still weird that it's like such a Nintendo exclusive now.
That does throw me off. That really does.
Because Nintendo self-funded Bayonetta 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're console exclusive, but it's just so wild that Nintendo was like, yes, this is the franchise we want to support.
This is the one we'll buy. We'll buy Bayonetta of all people.
This will fit with our image perfectly.
I'm simply one of those fans that only knows Bayonetta from Smash Bros. Simply put, I'm gonna be honest.
What is this Kirby game down here? I can't.
Kirby Star Allies is our next one.
Never. Okay, go on. Never seen it.
This game makes me mad.
D tier. No, I wouldn't.
Loki, I was considering it. I would not have it under 1-2 Switch, but like, the thing with this game is that it just feels extremely short. Like, yes, Kirby games are easy, but this one felt like exceptionally dumbed down for little Timmies.
Yeah, I heard it was very piss easy, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah. like I want to say there was only like 20 levels in that game. Like you literally just go through Dreamland, then you do, you know how like Return to Dreamland, you go to like the first area, there's like 7 unique areas in that game to go through. Yeah,
Hmm.
you only go through one area, like you only go one through area fully, then you do like the same like 5 areas from like Return to Dreamland, but you only do like one level, which is dumb. And then you basically go into space and you're just doing random levels in Timbuktu'sville until you get to the final boss, and all of a sudden the final boss is done, and that's the whole game. I will
Yeah.
say, I do
They add,
like. Hmm.
I did hear they added a lot in DLC, but yeah.
Okay, I will say DLC. I do like that's like the only good thing about this game. I'll say I did like the fact they um allowed you to play as like a bunch of like characters you'd normally not play as, like Magalore and Susie, and
Yeah.
I thought the Mage Sisters were cool, and then they were broken. That's just funny to me. But like outside of that, there was not much game to play. Like like honestly, it had even less content than Superstar Ultra, and that game came out in 2007 on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah. Plus, I heard it was like the fourth or fifth game that was like doing the same sort of style, so it was clearly getting
Mhm.
stale at that point.
Oh yeah,
So just an underwhelming Kirby game, basically.
like yes, like handheld console Kirby, yes, but my thing was you went from Return to Dreamland. I know it's on this list. Oh, I'll yap about that later. You go from Return to Dreamland to this. As a Kirby fan, I was majorly disappointed.
Yeah. To be fair, I feel like that's a disservice to Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, which were also sort of in the same style. We're both very beloved. I still need
Yeah,
to play Robobot.
I didn't play Robot 2. I played Triple Deluxe like actually a couple months ago because I never played until then.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah, where would you rank Star Allies then?
see, that's why I'm like, because I know Radical joked about putting it in D, but like emotionally, I'd put this game in D, but I know it's better than 1-2 Switch.
Put it
Mm,
in C above 1-2 Switch
I
then?
would have it above
okay.
1-2 Switch, but like we are like at the borderline end of C tier for that game. That game actually makes me mad.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put it here. We can lower it later if need be.
Yeah.
None of these positions are final. If we find one game that makes another game look garbage in comparison, we can move the other games
The in
down.
Oh
comparison, I
yeah, these
got
are like
you.
general placements for now.
Yeah. Uh,
Labo
okay,
slug.
now
Cardboard!
Labo cardboard.
I
Yeah.
I'm adding my own tier list. You know, games that are gimmicks. I mean, they're
No,
fun.
no. I'm gonna add a tier list to this. That's just called cardboard, and that's where I'm gonna put all of the.
Okay, cardboard. I'll go with you.
I wish
Cardboard.
there was a brown tab. Oh. Actually, make it the color white. Make it a different color.
Back in my day,
I
we
will make
used
it
to
a
play
different
with
color.
cardboard.
Cardboard.
I mean, here's the thing. First of all, let's be honest. This was
Mhm.
not meant for people our age.
Yeah.
This was
It was
meant for
not.
kids who enjoy crafts. And honestly, as an 8-year-old, I would have gone crazy with this game. I
The-
think that because it would be a fun game. Like you build something and then you get to interact with it in the game.
Okay,
Like
I will
that
say,
is
yeah.
a fun concept
mean,
on paper.
I can't
question-
because like that's a similar concept as like the Skylanders toy thing, and yeah, that I fixated on that.
The question
like-
is, would your mom, if you were a child, have bought you these Labos and the cardboard?
Oh, my mom freaking loved arts and crafts. She absolutely would have.
My mom would have been disappointed in me if I asked her a piece of cardboard from Nintendo.
And then broke it.
No, actually, see, that's my thing. Like 8-year-old me, I would actually look at this. I feel like I would have looked at this. I'm like, okay, but like, what happens if it gets wet? And like, how easy is it to
Mhm.
break? And then when I have to buy another one, like this is like $30 worth of cardboard, or like $60 worth of cardboard. If that breaks and you can't use it, what happens next? I'm not trying to buy
You
more
see,
cardboard.
stupid idiot kid me would not care about the pricing. I would have just like, Mom, I need a new one. I need more cardboard.
See, like 8-year-old me is like, okay, cardboard. That's what you get from packages. Why am I buying cardboard if I could just buy a package and get a box?
Yeah,
Like the idiot box episode. Yeah, that was me.
I think the point is, I would not blame a kid who really enjoyed this.
I would not, but like I'll make fun of them. but like not in a mean way, just in a couldn't be me, but to each their own type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find the Maytag appliances you need.
But
Donkey
yeah,
Kong.
it's clear that Nintendo themselves gave up on it because they had a bunch of lines of them for like a year and then they just sort of stopped.
Mhm.
Yeah, it must have been expensive to make.
We help. You
Yeah.
save. Offer
All
for
right.
See store for
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
I have not played
Now,
this game.
before we get into this, I should note that when it came out at launch on the Wii U, it retailed
Mhm.
for $40. It then got a Nintendo Selects re-release for $20.
Ooh,
And then it
okay.
released on Switch for $60.
$60. Yep,
Ah.
yep. That's what that killed me.
I'm probably
That's
gonna
what
put it
killed me.
a tier lower than it deserves just for that.
No, as you should, because I did like that game. I did like that game on the Wii U. Like I never
Oh, it
was
was a
like
great game.
I was never good at like the return games. I still want to beat them. I never actually beat them as a kid.
They are more difficult than your average
Yeah.
Mario game, but like
Exactly.
the
That's fine.
aesthetics were on point for
And I-
Donkey Kong
Mhm.
Tropical Freeze because they add so many new themes. Like they added
It's
like
Kong
a
and Cranky
fall
Kong. Oh
ostrich.
my gosh. Yes. Yes.
They added like the Alpine Oktoberfestish theme. They added like the Honey Hive theme. Like they had a bunch of creative ideas for Donkey Kong standards.
Hey, Graham, have you ever seen speedruns of this game?
Oh, the speedruns are
No.
insane with Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong, I miss him.
Yeah.
Like Cranky Kong alone would put this game in like A tier for me because I really like movement in my video games, but like not worth $60. Not worth $60.
I guess I'll put it in B. Above Pokken Tournament just for the residual love. But yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
played it,
yeah, I
beat
put it there.
played it with my brother and beat it. Very fun game.
Like a $20 game with like good movement and like a good challenge. Say less.
Yeah.
Also, it has funky mode in this one,
It is fun. Ooh.
which
Funky
spawned one
mode.
of the greatest memes of the greatest Nintendo memes. Up there with featuring Dante of the Devil May Cry series
See, that's-
and Knuckles.
See, that alone puts it from B to B plus.
Yeah. Just the holy trilogy. We now have and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and with brand new funky mode.
Well,
But yeah, moving on. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Okay.
My gosh, I love this game so much. I bought every single one, the Wii U one, the 3DS one, the Switch one. This game's so addicting, there's so much content, there's so much unique characters, there's so much to do, there's so much replayability. I really like this game.
Okay, I got you.
Where would you put it?
Oh, this drop. Me personally, I'm putting this double S tier. This is like my favorite shut the brain off game of all time, personally. Like, if it's like just me ranking this, if it's just me personally, I'm putting it double S. I really
No,
like this game.
honestly, I think we can give you a double S just for you, because spoiler
Yeah.
alert, down the line, there's going to definitely be a double S just for me game that
I've-
we're going to be getting to, so...
I've seen a bit of this game. Can't you play as like a lot of characters like Tingle and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
there's like
Tingle-
30 different
Yeah,
characters.
there's 30 characters, and that's my thing. That's why, like, that's my thing. They did Hyrule Warriors first, and then Fire Emblem Warriors, and that's what like my gripe was like. With Fire Emblem Warriors, like the characters tend to be the same. Hyrule Warriors Legends, they even made Link, Toon Link, and Young Link all play differently. And the thing is, they also had like different weapons. Link had like 8 different type of weapons in that game. So yes, he had the
Okay.
sword. Yes, he had the Master Sword. But he also had the Fire Rod. He had the gear thing from Skyward Sword. He was able to be in a bottle for the Great Fairy. He had a horse. Like, there's like each character, not every character, but like, yes, there was like 30 characters, but like even with those 30 characters, they had different weapons, and each weapon had its own unique moveset. Oh my god!
Every 3D Zelda, pretty much every big 3D Zelda character you can think of, Red, was playable in that game. From any of the
okay.
games, because it was just a continuity. They had Midna in her imp form and Midna in her form right at the end of the game.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
they
You gotta
did
pop
that.
off.
And,
Okay.
yep, same characters, but she had different moveset and different ones. Oh my god! They even had like
They had-
what's it? They had when they did Link's Awakening when they re-released that. Yeah, they added Marin. They added the guy from the purple guy. I forgot his name. I think his name's Razo or something like that. They added him.
Tingle's in it.
Tangle's in
Uh,
it, Scorpion's in it, Xant's in it, Fi's in it,
a
Darunia's in
bunch of
it.
characters from Ocarina of Time are in it too.
Oh
So
Oh
I
wow.
don't
yeah.
know what Zelda games you're familiar with, Red. So I'm trying to figure out what stuff
I
you would find
I'm
interesting about it.
mostly
Rocket's in there. He's awesome.
I
Gremlink's
most I mostly have
Gremlink's
all of them.
broken.
And like they have an adventure map that's like just a 1-to-1 scale of like the Legend of Zelda, the OG game map.
And then they added like not only like that map's already huge as it is. Yeah, imagine like 10 maps you have to complete as well. That each allowed like different costumes and different like upgraded weapons.
Okay.
Even more. Oh my god.
In
If I get-
terms of sheer content, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is probably the most value you'll get out of one of the Warriors games on Switch.
Oh, absolutely no question.
I mean, all four of them have a ton of content and replay value, but that one probably has the.
it's like Splatoon again, where it's like they just keep adding onto it, but
Yeah.
like. Oh my
I have
God.
seen streamers who literally have thousands of hours in OG Hyrule Warriors. Not even a joke.
I know they're not like a third of the game done. I know they're not. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's one of those games where if you wanted to, you could just play for like weeks and weeks
Yeah.
and
No, 'cause
weeks.
I saw the completionist like try to 100% this game. It took him like 2,000 hours to like 2,500 hours of just straight gaming. Like he never got out of his seat or anything. He was just constantly grinding. He literally woke up, played the game, went to bed, rinse and repeat. 2,500 hours straight, and that was the original game. That wasn't even the definitive edition.
Yeah. It's a very grindy game. I should mention that all the Warriors games are to an extent, but if you like if you find the
you like
idea
Dynasty
of
Warriors-
like killing 100 dudes with one single sword swing to be a relaxing experience, very much the series for you.
Oh yeah.
But
All right, red done. But if I'm getting my one, that's my one. I don't care.
Okay.
no, I like to hear you that excited about
Yeah.
a game, man.
I really like this game.
No, go off. Next is I didn't even know this game existed. What the heck is Pokemon Quest?
It's a mobile game.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
wasn't
mobile game.
anything special. It was, it's definitely a game you have when you don't have games.
Yeah.
What did you even do in it?
Like it was basically a simulator of you got Pokemon and you had to like feed them. You're like trying to I don't know how to describe it. It's like
Pokemon like Chow Garden?
no, I want to say like Pokemon Rumble,
Oh.
Rumble, but like you didn't catch a billion variants of the same mon. You caught like one of each, and just to like go out and catch more Pokemon. It's one of those. It's like because it was a mobile game. You have to wait like 6 hours just to play more game.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I'm like,
It's a
I'm
lot
like,
of pay to win. If you weren't paying, you were waiting. That's what that game was.
God,
I think this game is honestly the first D/F tier. game.
yeah,
That's why I put it.
yeah.
Okay,
was
we'll
just
put it
the-
D.
It was just
Yeah.
like a bad grindy type of game.
Yeah.
Gonna make s'mores or not?
Alright. Alright, Sushi Striker then. I did not know this was a Switch exclusive.
I did not know what that is at all.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a puzzle rhythm game where you assemble sushi basically. I've seen gameplay of it. I think it's also an arcade game. I've seen bits of gameplay. It never really looked appealing to me. I might just put this in never played just because I don't know if I've seen enough of it to form an opinion.
Yeah.
I know there are some people who like it and some people thought it was underwhelming. Any thoughts, or are you guys just as lost on this?
I've never
Yeah,
played it.
same. Yeah.
I've just never played it, so I can't say much.
Honestly, my
Yeah.
biggest takeaway was that this was apparently a first or second party Switch game. I thought like Namco someone made it. I assumed it would be like one of those games that was like on every console, but I'm pretty sure it has an arcade version too. So, of course, Namco actually makes a lot of like second party games for Switch. Spoilers for about 6 games from now. They have a pretty big one that they developed.
They sure did.
And of course, I am talking about Mario Tennis Aces. Let's go.
I didn't even know this was a game, so I.
I
This
never
was-
played it, but like, I do like Mario Tennis games.
I heard this was the best of the. The good news is I heard this
Really?
was the best of the Mario sports games on Switch. The bad news is it's the
On
Mario
Switch.
sports
On
games on
Switch.
Switch.
Yeah.
On Switch,
Yeah.
No,
Pretty
like,
much-
on Switch.
a lot
that's
of them
just...
were
Oh, let's finish. Let's finish.
a lot of them were bare bones and unfinished at launch.
Oh, don't even get me. I know it's on
And
this
they
list.
added like just
man.
free updates. That's how we'll finish the game because they worked well for Splatoon, so they thought it would work for all of them, and it didn't.
No.
Aces is probably the best from what I have seen. I've played it at friends' houses. I've never owned it. It's probably the best though because it has a lot of added. They did actually add a ton of content to it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they had Evil
I'll give it
Luigi.
that.
Evil Luigi was the antagonist in that one. Because Luigi got possessed by an evil tennis racket and turned evil.
as one does.
I had nickel for every time Luigi had a device that turned him evil in a Mario game. I'd have 2 nickel.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Super Paper Mario.
Because like at least because I never played Aces. Jan, what's your opinion on Aces versus Power Tennis? I really like Power Tennis.
I've never played Power Tennis.
Oh, I love that game.
Again, I've never
So
owned
good.
Aces. I've only played Aces at friends' houses a handful
Okay,
of
that's fair.
times.
That's fair. Because that would have been like my basis on that, like opinion wise. I haven't
Which
played,
one
so I
was
can't say
Power
much.
Tennis? Was Power Tennis the GameCube one?
It was the Wii GameCube one, yeah.
Okay, every version I've always heard, they always say that GameCube is the best version for pretty much every Mario sports game, so I'm going to assume this one was worse. Like, people still say Mario
Yeah.
Golf, the Toadstool Tour was the best Mario Golf, but...
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that when it shows up.
But, we'll put this, I guess we'll put this in B. Let's put it between Arms and Snipper Clips.
Okay.
Okay with that. I haven't played it, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Alright, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I have played
yeah.
this. It's I played it halfway. It's definitely a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like it. I don't know if it gets any more harder or difficult. It's definitely a good puzzle game.
Okay. Because I haven't
Yeah,
played it.
I marathoned it once when it was on week for game trial, and I just marathoned the whole thing in one go. It's fun. It's definitely not meant to be played that way. Holy crap, you will get burnt out on that game if you try to marathon it. It's definitely a game you play like for 20 minutes every day.
Yeah, I feel like it's a game you play once, and once you beat it, you don't go back again.
Yeah, but it's a fun game. It very much fleshes out, like, it feels like the spiritual sequel to 3D World, which it kind of was.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
it
that's
really
like the only Captain Toad exposure I really know.
If you liked those levels, this fleshes the crap out of that. And it has a lot of interesting, like, ideas for puzzles, just because it's fascinating to play, like, a Mario-type game where you can't jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it goes against what your brain thinks for pretty much everything, so... In that sense, it's very fascinating, so... I would... Red, where do you think it would be
I'll
played?
let you to decide this one.
I want to say B. Like, well, God, I don't. It's either B before Donkey Kong or after the other game after that. I don't know.
We'll put it... you know what? We'll put it in B. I was gonna put it in A, but then I remember they cut out some levels from the first game. Because they cut out the Mario 3D World inspired levels.
What?
Like so they could add Mario Odyssey levels. Why they didn't just add both, I don't know. But for the fact that they took out content for an updated version of the game,
the wildest thing to me.
Yeah, that knocks it down a peg. It wasn't great content. It was like 4 levels, but still, the fact that you would even do that, it's just
out of your
like,
way to get rid of them. Like,
just like you'd like zero reason to do that. Oh, I never went in the cardboard tier. Let's go.
Cardboard, yay!
I freaking love cardboard. Yeah. Super Mario Party.
I have seen people play this. I have not played it myself.
I have played it.
I also
Very not good.
Is it not
I feel
good?
like people only liked it when it came out because, well, one, the steak minigame is great because of how photorealistic and delicious the steak looks in the minigame, but because it had been so long since they had done like the use coins to buy stars classic formula that I think everybody was more forgiving of it.
but like,
But
stars
then,
should not be 10 coins, bro. That is all.
yeah,
I have so
see,
many gripes with that game.
they were so forgiving of it that they conveniently forgot the fact that they butchered it. There were only 4 levels.
Yeah, no, the amount of times I'm like, okay, where's the DLC? Where's the DLC?
And
Something.
the entire game revolved around getting different characters for their dice, and basically if you had more characters, you just won.
That
Like if
too.
you had like an entourage. So basically you tried to assemble time.
All my fellows. But like, also my thing is, yeah, not all character dies were created equal.
No. I used
Like-
the boot die, never again.
See, I'm a certified Shy Guy man because one, it's Shy Guy two. It wasn't really good dies. I just like Shy Guy, but it was Bowser,
Ow.
Wario, and Boo. That was like the meta.
Hello, Zversa.
Boo's the
Doing
meta?
well.
I hated Boo's die.
5 and 7, say less.
Alright. But there was a lot of... Wasn't there a bunch of ones on it, too?
I think it was like, Bowser's dice where it was like it had the 2 minus like something coins, but instead of Wario 66666, it was
No.
5 5 and 7 7.
Hmm.
I hope you're doing well, Zversa.
Like
Thank you for stopping by.
before I just like played Shy Guy, I was playing Boo, so that's how I know. But
Yeah, but...
you pick Bowser, you could just roll like a 10 casually, a 9 or a 10 or an 8 casually, like. And the same thing, the farther you go, the more likely you're gonna get more people to join you. So even when you like rolled like a -2 coins, you still rolled a 2.
Yeah, and then it added a bunch of weird filler side modes, too.
Oh yeah.
Like, I would say probably C tier, if not lower.
Okay.
It's better than Quest, probably.
It's
I
better than
assume.
Quest. No, it absolutely is. But like, honestly, high D. High D. I wouldn't even put in C tier. It's way better
Okay.
than Quest, but it's not. It doesn't deserve to be C tier.
Yeah. Also, weirdest free update in history when they randomly decided to add complete online multiplayer like 4 years after the game came out.
That actually bothered me. That made me so mad. 4 years later, I'm like, oh, finally.
They didn't
Oh,
even they didn't even announce it like a direct or anything. They just shadow dropped it.
Yeah.
They just shadow dropped online multiplayer for Mario Party once we had been asking for Mario Party online multiplayer for like a decade. They're just like,
Oof.
okay, here you go. What?
Sure. Okay.
I think they were doing it to test for like the next game, which had
Probably.
online multiplayer from the start. But
Like 4 years later.
just weirdest shadow drop in Nintendo history. Probably the single weirdest moment I would say for the entire original Switch run.
I will say the only good thing, I would say the best thing about that game, at least for me, is the fact they started letting just random characters be playable. This was
Yeah.
the game where they just let Monty Mole and Goomba and Shy Guy just be Mario Party characters.
And they took
Shy
that
Guy
to
was
the
actually Mario Party 9 before this.
and they
Oh,
took that to
true.
the bank in the new the Mario Kart World, where you can like
See,
play it.
that's where I'll give it credit because that game was technically the first one they started doing that. But
You
other
can-
than that, yeah, don't
You
like
can
it.
play as a cow in Super Mario World. That's
Mario
great.
Kart World made me stop and question: have we gone too far?
We
This is
haven't
entirely
not enough.
thing. I have problems with Mario Kart. As a Mario Kart traditionalist and a Mario Kart purist, I have problems with Mario Kart World in the sense that I kind of wanted them to go a little back to basics after 8 deluxe balloons so much at the end. And they did the opposite of going back to basics. So
Your time has passed.
honestly don't know how to
old
feel
man.
about the new game.
See, I just saw you can play as Cataquack and the cow, and I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
it's like one of
I'm
those
the target
things of
audience
like
for just a random character. I am the target audience. I will say.
So many characters. Like, how are you gonna put DLC out? You're not gonna be able to add more characters. You literally.
Yeah, so many
it's
characters.
one of those
I have
things where for
130
Mario
shotguns
Kart
you can
World,
add.
it's like it just feels like I remember when a character was added to Mario Kart and it felt really special. And it's just like between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and now this, it's just like we thoroughly gutted that idea. I guess 7 started with that with like Honey Queen as a character and stuff, but like I miss Mario Kart Wii where it felt like every character felt so important to Mario, even if they weren't.
I miss the unlocking. I hate like having
I do
all
miss
of them.
unlocking.
To be fair, I think there will be that again, so
Mm-hmm.
Leave it in for everyday loads. Take it out for bulky items.
I don't know. Again, Mario Kart World is a game I'm looking forward to, so thus I've looked up absolutely nothing about it.
Learned.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, speaking of learned, if you need to learn about Pokemon, boy do I have the game for you. Let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee.
Oh my gosh.
I've not played these, so.
So, before we go into this, it goes without saying, the Pokemon that are like the same gen, we're just gonna rank the same.
Okay. Are they the same game?
Yeah, because it's like the dual
Actually,
release.
wait. This game, these two specifically, because Pikachu and Eevee do learn different moves.
Okay. Wait, can you not get?
Is it enough to put them at different tier rankings? I mean, like,
Can
we're not gonna be like,
not quite.
Eevee is a B tier, but I thought Pikachu was like an F
can you
tier.
not get Eevee in like
Not
the
that
other
far,
game?
but like, I
I mean,
would say.
I know there are differences, but like, not drastic enough to put them in different tiers.
Oh yeah, but like, I will say I think Pikachu was technically better than Eevee because Pikachu had more type coverage.
So what, like,
Okay.
can you not get like the other character in the other game, like as like a random encounter?
Oh, you could just get Eevee, but it wouldn't be like a special Eevee though. That's the thing. Like
Oh,
in
okay.
these games, like your partner Pokemon, the Pikachu and the Eevee, they learn very special moves. Like Pikachu learned Zippy Zap, which is why I think the Pikachu version is better. Which is just a priority move that always crit and it always parried.
I don't know how it works now with like online and such, but I know back in the day how Pokemon originally worked was that you would have to trade the games with your friends to get with like the link cables and later download play to get the Pokemon from one exclusive game onto your game. So like if there were Pokemon exclusive to Pokemon Blue, you could use them to a link cable to send them to a friend who had Pokemon Red and vice versa.
Yeah.
That's how you would share it, and it was done like that by design to encourage people to play and trade with each other. I don't know if that's how it works with the modern games, but this is a weird one because it's sort of
They do. There are exclusives. There are still like exclusives in this game. I don't remember the exclusives, but I remember beating the Pokédex. I had to like do some trades.
Yeah, but this game is also like weird, and that's kind of a remake of Gen 1, but not really, if I remember correctly.
No, it's like basically a Gen 1 remake.
And they simplified a lot of stuff to it,
Oh,
too.
they sure did. Okay, one of the biggest things I hate about this game is the fact the co-op mode was the most broken thing possible.
No, it's not, because I'm looking at a game later.
Because of what?
No, you dropped out. Oh, Jam, come back to us.
Wait till I hear Jam again.
I don't. Is he okay?
I don't know.
He probably dropped for a second. I think he's having issues.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It
He's
dropped
back.
on my end.
I see. Welcome back.
You dropped mid-rant.
What was it? No, see, I hate the yes, I like that you were able to walk around with your friends and that's like the first time Pokemon's ever done that. But don't make me be able to do 2v1s in Pokemon. That just felt dumb.
Where would you rank them then?
I don't know, really. I would say, it wasn't like my worst out of all the Pokemon games I played. I wouldn't put this the worst, but it's like definitely like bottom 2 or 3 for me. Because like, I'd rather just play the original than this. I will say, I'd also like that you were able to like get some of the exclusives through Pokemon Go, so it made it easier. But outside of that, it was basically just a baby Gen 1. Even easier Gen 1. That's how I describe this.
So like C tier?
Yeah, I put it in C tier. Yeah, I put it there.
Okay. Alright, another big heavy hitter though.
Oh, hello, Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Hello, game. Hello, 4,000 hours of this game. Oh,
it's like almost every single character. I think there's only a couple that weren't in there, but...
This game had like 3 years of development time with all the DLC they added.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the one that came with Minecraft, the guy? Steve?
Oh, yeah,
Steve was in DLC Wave 2. Steve was in it. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII was in
I
it.
popped
Like
off for Sephiroth. I wish he was better, but I popped off for him after playing.
Sora right at the end. I was hoping for Crash Bandicoot, but that's besides the point. But this game is called Ultimate for a reason.
It is Ultimate for a reason.
This is probably SS just for this is the game I would argue the Switch game with the most love put into it.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Not that this is not a slight on the devs who work their butts off on all of these games to be real. I mean in the sense that this game added so much stuff that you don't see from like for some reason Smash Bros is always the torchbearer for customization options, which Nintendo is infamously bad with. It just like
do miss customs. Those are kind of
there are like even if you don't like even from a casual perspective, there's a billion ways to play this game without even getting competitive. Yeah. It's from what I've heard the best balanced competitively. Maybe not the most fun competitively, but the most balanced.
Yeah, I would
like,
say the most balanced. Yeah.
You have the less of the half the roster is unviable.
Yeah, no, literally, you, like if you go to any tournament, most of it, like if you go to a really big tournament, most of the time you'll see like almost every single character having some use to some extent.
Yeah. It's just like 80 different characters. I think it has 86 characters.
It's 86, yeah.
Yeah, after all the DLC.
Ooh.
Including Piranha Plant, let's go.
Plant gang.
And not Gino, I love that. And 8 Fire Emblem characters.
See, as a Fire Emblem fan, I simply was not complaining.
As a Fire Emblem fan, Fire Emblem fan after the fact, I'm mixed. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where I wouldn't mind having more Fire Emblem characters if A, they all came from more different games, and B, if they had more variety.
Yeah, well, I can't talk. I liked Grom. He was cool.
Like, Byleth is exciting simply for the fact that they don't have a counter. Like, I think there might be the only Fire Emblem character in the game that doesn't have a counter.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it now, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, Smash Ultimate, it's like, again, common theme of the SS tiers, we either have a ton to say about it, or it's a what more can you really say about it that hasn't already been said by everyone.
Yeah.
They brought back every single character from the previous game. There's over 100 stages. Spirit mode is okay. Subspace is still better.
You get to play Master Hand. Come on now.
You can play Master Hand. He's kind of cool. But you can also play Master Hand melee.
I kind of like both Subspace and Spirit.
I do like
for
both.
different reasons.
I do like both.
Yeah.
But
actually, I just remembered I still have a playthrough going that I did on Thanksgiving, because for some reason during Smash 4 I always started a tradition of playing a bunch of Smash Brothers on Thanksgiving Day, and I've done that ever since. So I did that for a stream this year, so maybe I will bring that back again this Thanksgiving. Stay tuned, chat.
Now here comes the part everybody knows. Smash Ultimate Online. Oh boy.
No.
That's like my only complaint about this game. But if you simply just play locally with friends, there's simply no issue. Cause like it's the problem with Ultimate is that it's not on rollback, so everything's just like mega delayed unless you have like yeah.
Unless the people you know have good Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm glad they brought back I'm glad they had tournaments and 8-player Smash. I don't know why they got rid of the tournaments for Brawl. Just because they had 8-player Smash. I'm glad they had both because I like both. I know a lot of people don't like 8-player Smash. I like doing it just to see a bunch of people who didn't. Yeah, it's peak comedy, and plus it's nice to have a game where you can do local multiplayer with more than 4 people for like parties.
Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags.
It's like no other game would be like, oh, there's 7 people. Oh, let's play Smash Bros. Everybody can play. Wow.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Hello, cash grab. This is a cash grab game to me.
Oh, come on. This game is great. They had it opened up new wonders for the Nintendo.
They
porn
had
community.
I was just saying they
Luigi.
dropped the Super Crowd. I
Ye-
They
Bowset
had
exists because of this game. This game arguably,
alone.
this game had. You could argue this game had some of the biggest cultural impact of all Nintendo Switch games.
It really did. Oh god, one Super Crown, it was all over. Oh no.
But as someone who did play New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U,
Wii U,
Yeah.
this is a easy C tier.
Yeah,
It just
like
kind of exists.
I played it on my birthday
over Star Allies.
with friends. It was pretty fun playing with other people and then playing with the touchpad. But I think
It's
without
fun.
I think without friends, it's a hard pass for me.
It's fun. It's just New Super Mario Bros. Is just it exists.
Yeah.
Like, no, for me, it really is just a matter of once you play the Wii U one, you're not really getting much more out
Yeah.
of this game.
Yeah,
Nope.
it just kind of exists. I mean, I like the Acorn power up, and it introduced
I do
Nabbit,
like,
which is
actually, I do like Acorn and Nabbit.
Nabbit is fun, and
He's-
I will
he's
say
a
New
little
Super
goofy.
Luigi U actually is a lot better than Mario
agree.
U because it's a lot more difficult.
It's a lot more difficult, and player one does not have to play as Mario.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tetris 99.
Oh,
I
hello.
play a lot of
Mm.
that.
I played a lot of this game. I love this game.
It is an amazing bonus because, you know, in the world of $60, this game is free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you have Switch Online, it is it's completely free to play. And it is it's very fun. It can be frustrating at times, but like I don't know why I'm going into detail about this. It's freaking
Because-
Tetris.
But it's a good
It's just
game.
that,
Like,
yeah.
no, because like Tetris is a good game as it is, but like
Yeah.
you add in a sense of like competitive multiplayer online as well. Like, they just made the game that's already good even better.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this game. It's very addicting.
And you can unlock certain themes if you play during certain they're all based on different games with different game music.
That too, and I really like that. Like,
And again, like if you miss the era of like unlocking stuff versus DLC, this will satiate that urge with that.
exactly that, and the fact even if you miss an event, you can just get it later if you simply just keep playing the game.
Yeah, because if you play, because there's in-game challenges like Steam-esque challenges where you can get points and you can use those to buy even more themes.
I almost have every single theme in that game. That's how much I've played that game.
Yeah.
Like,
So where
literally,
would we?
I'll dedicate weekends just to like at least like some time out of the weekend just to play the game.
Yeah,
it's
whenever I
easy-
see like
it's easy
they've
A.
announced a new theme, it's like, okay, I'm grinding this game for a couple hours this weekend. Where would we put it?
Honestly, I would have it over Xenoblade 2. That's where I'd put
Yeah,
it.
I'd put it A tier.
No higher than
between-
that. It's a good
between
game,
King-
but like
It's a good game, but at the same
it's only
time,
so much. It's only
it's
so
a very simple game,
much. Yeah.
and your replay value depends on how much you enjoy Tetris. Which, to be fair, maybe a lot. Tetris is one of the classics for a reason. Alright, moving on. Yoshi's Crafted World.
I have not played this game.
Yeah,
but
I
I
have
am
not.
glad they got rid of Black Yoshi from Smash 4 into Smash Ultimate and replaced it with this thing. That is my only take about this game.
So, F tier? Yep. It looked like it was okay, but it kind of... Everything about it looked like just, this is Woolly World, but worse.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me at least.
Also, I played a lot of Yoshi's Woolly World. I loved a lot of Yoshi's Woolly World. Never thought to pick this one up, so I'll
Yeah,
put it
no,
never
same.
played. Out of respect to it, I'll put it never played.
Yeah.
Just
I
because
will
it feels
say-
unfair.
I will say this
judge it.
game has Ninja Shy Guy, so I would have
Yeah.
not put it in F. That is the only reason why. If we were to
This
rank it.
game, I
Mm.
don't know anything about it, and it's pretty divisive amongst the Nintendo community, so I feel like it's best just to put it never played. I
Yeah.
will say, though, if you want to bleed your ears, look up the item shop theme from this game.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is the worst song. It was probably the worst song I have ever heard from a modern video game.
Oh my.
That wasn't intentionally awful.
Oh, they just okay. What item? Idol shot.
Like, it's very Kazooie. Like, not Banjo Kazooie, like Kazooie.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Wait, what's it called? The shop theme, right? Or the
Yes, I don't know the actual name of it, but
Alright, let's go, Mr. OST man himself.
you've probably made a slowed reverb version of it at some point.
I probably have not, because I really don't know much about this game. Most of the time when I make those
It's a
type of vids,
enough
it's like
game
I never
that
been
it's
able to make vids.
It's a bad enough game that you could do it next year as an April Fool's Day song if you
Oh,
wanted to.
Yeah, respect. Alright, shop. Hey, we love
Next. Cardboard is next.
Yes!
Yay!
Yes, more cardboard!
Finally, cardboard. This is the VR cardboard too.
The most like actually, I think the most iconic cardboard would be the piano for me.
Yeah. I just still find it so funny that this is the only way they ever put VR support for the Switch ever. Was just through cardboard. And there wasn't even a strap, you had to hold it to your face. It was clear that it wasn't actually built to be used for anything. You could use it in Smash. I do not know why.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
How does VR enhance a 2D side-scroller fighter?
You can look at the stage while you're playing the game.
They really didn't learn from Virtual Boy.
Honestly, I do feel like there is potential for like Nintendo to do VR for the Switch too, because it feels like a no-brainer. Like you slot the Switch into like a VR headset case, and then you use the two Joy-Cons as your controllers. Feels like that's a no-brainer, but I get that VR is not as popular as it was like 10 years ago, but still.
I mean, that would also be competing against like PlayStation and their VR stuff. It'd have to be a lot because
I mean more in the sense that you could get third-party VR game makers to release.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
no, yeah. I would just like be on the side of like Nintendo does have accessories, but they're not like known like PlayStation is with like having like VR, Move, can't like
Yeah, that's true. All right, moving on. Has anyone played Box Boy and Box Girl?
No.
No, I just know that they keep advertising it. I don't know anything about it.
It looks fun. It's kind of in the same genre as Snipper Clips, but no, I've never played it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same vibe. Art style reminds me of Pico Park a lot.
$20 game.
Yeah. So I guess just put that in the never played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put in never played. That's a confident never played.
Alright, Cadence of Hyrule, which is a Zelda-themed sequel to Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I have not played.
I have not played this game, but I like this game because the guy who made the music, I'm a real big fan of him. That's the only reason I knew about this game.
There's a couple guys. They got a couple YouTube guys to do it too.
They got Family Jewels. Yeah, Family Jewels is who
Yeah.
I saw. I like wait, he's on the music of this game. Oh, I respect it. Never played it, but at least I never played it, but I respect it at least for that much.
I played it. If you like classic, they make a lot of Link to the Past references. If you like that era of Zelda, you'll like this game.
Okay.
It's fun. I never played Crypt of the Necrodancer. I played this one. I only played the demo. I never bought it. It's hard to get used to. Playing a platformer, but you have to time every movement to the beat and the enemy to every beat. Feels like there's a lot to keep track of.
Ooh, I have no rhythm,
It gets very busy and hectic very quickly.
That's fair, yeah.
So it's all right. I will put it at top of C.
Okay.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those games I still would like to give a try on my own, though.
Yeah, and again, it's also an eShop only game, so it's a lot cheaper. It's weird and fascinating that Nintendo would license out this property to an indie studio. Because Crypt of the Necrodancer is made by an indie company.
Ooh, okay.
I wish Nintendo had done more fun license stuff like that during the Switch's lifespan. with indie games and such, but this was pretty much it. So, you know what? Out of respect for it being made by an indie game studio, I'll move it to top of B tier.
Shouts to indie developer. Shout out to the family jewels.
Yeah. Great music too. That goes without saying.
Oh yeah.
All right, after a string of games nobody's played, a game I've played, Mario Maker 2.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Very
I
yes.
do
good.
not know why this game did not take off like the first
It
game
did.
did.
It did not. I think this game's amazing.
It's literally like, I guess because the Switch controls are less intuitive than the gamepad, but like, it is literally just a straight up improvement on almost every The only thing they got rid of was like the amiibo skins.
Yeah, that I missed, but like
I-
that was a
everything
small
else
price
is
to pay
just
for,
like,
so much.
They just
everything
added
else.
more for everything.
They added slopes
It's
to this
literally the
game.
exact same game everybody loved on the Wii U, a bunch of improvements, but nobody cared this time for some reason.
You don't have to play as Mario. You can play as Luigi or Toad or Toadette. And I find it really funny that some levels only work specifically because Toad and Toadette are like half a pixel shorter than Mario and Luigi.
Oh, that's foul. Oh.
Ugh.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
it's funny.
again,
They're
again,
those
your
levels, but
enjoyment of this
yeah.
game will depend on how much you enjoy other people's satanic levels.
Ugh.
Oh, I love indulging in little Timmy levels. They make me mad in the moment, but they're just
Alpharad
yeah.
used to do like an endless easy marathon that was great.
He got me playing endless easy, and you know what?
Minecraft
I
the
get it.
way home.
Minecraft the way home. Let me...
I have that
I
saved,
thank you
but I've actually
for
made
the
some
thing.
levels for this.
Who
I
did
enjoy,
that?
like the creation side of this,
That
and
come
I will
from
pick
me?
up the game every now and build a new level. But
Let me see.
I'd say S tier.
Thank you for
low S
whoever
tier,
did that.
maybe.
I can't really see at the moment.
This is
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
I
Thank you, Brett, for
Wait, where'd you put it? Like,
the
as for
subscription.
lowest?
I appreciate it, buddy.
Like below Splatoon 2, but above.
I'll appreciate it. I'm about to go my stream like thing right now.
honestly,
to
me
check.
personally, I have this above Mario Kart 8. I really like Mario Maker.
I
Really?
can't seem to
Yeah.
figure
Red,
out
what are
where
your
it is.
thoughts?
Oh. Sorry, I was
right,
talking to
dude.
chat. Sorry. On Mario.
Maker 2.
Oh no, I've seen again. I haven't played personally, but I've seen Simple Flips again. Shoutouts. Play
to
it
Simple
a lot,
Oh,
and
I
it
watched
looks.
this too. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really great. I mean, the online kind of portion of this is
Oh,
looks.
the online is that's
It has
really
a
amazing.
tragically
It's
awful
atrocious.
online. It has tragically awful online multiplayer. Do not touch that ever. It is
Yeah.
Oh, it's
PowerPoint
it's so
presentation.
bad.
I mean, for content
Actually,
though.
I'm gonna move it back down below Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because of that. Just
No,
abysmal online.
Yeah.
I think for content it's really good.
Yeah. Granted, online's like 0.1% of the experience. So
Yeah. No,
just
I-
ignore. Definitely buy the game. Just ignore the online mode.
I
and
should
you'll-
just say take it into consideration though, because like yeah. It's
So what are we putting this on? Which tier?
We put it
Yes.
bottom of S tier.
Okay. Sorry, I had to respond to someone in chat.
Yeah,
I
no
think-
worries.
But I have to stop Splatoon 2.
Hold on.
That's hard.
Thank you for the
I would
prime
give it
sub,
to
Splatoon 2 had
Brett.
functional
Oh, you know
online,
what,
though, is
buddy?
the difference.
That is
Thank you
true.
so much.
That is true.
You didn't have to do that. Okay.
Yeah. It's a game I'm surprised did not take off like the first game. You'd think it would have. The fact that the
I-
Wii U
I
version
genuinely
took
thought
off
it
more than
did.
the Switch version is wild to me.
I didn't know that until you just told me.
Like, I mean, the two sold better than one, obviously, because it was on the Switch, so anything on the Switch is going to sell better than the Wii U equivalent. But
Yeah.
it wasn't really, like... I remember when Mario Maker 1 came out, every YouTuber alive was playing it.
Oh yeah.
Just because it was like the first time I did it, so now they kind of like
Maybe the trick wasn't as fascinating the second
The trick
time, but
wasn't
I...
yeah.
They're more
I hope they
exciting
keep-
to watch than actually play, kind of.
I hope they keep doing them. I hope they make a for Switch 2.
Except it's open world now.
Actually, leave it there. Biggest gripe when they did the extra themes tab. That was my biggest gripe with this game.
And they only had one extra theme that was 3D World, which 3D World was great, but it's like
Yeah, but why have the extra tab for 5 years, thinking you're gonna add more stuff when they did it?
not even like Mario
That made me
Galaxy's
mad.
2D levels.
That made me mad.
I hope they have Mario Wonder the next one though. We'll get into this with more with Mario Wonder, but my biggest takeaway with Mario Wonder is, wow, the Mario Wonder mode in Mario Maker Free is gonna go hard.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I won't spend too much time on this because I will probably talk about this with my chat many times throughout my streaming career. So Jam here, we'll leave this be for now, but we put SS tier Hyrule Warriors for you. For you, Ducks. Like, we'll give you that one. That's your SS tier, no negotiations. This is mine.
I don't blame you.
Freaking love
awesome.
Fire Emblem Free Houses.
That game is awesome. I'll give it.
Oh my gosh, I have played through this game, start to finish, all the playthrough 7 times. I have over 1,500 hours in this game. I will go feral for this game. And I will acknowledge, the game has many flaws. It's too easy. There's a lot of story stuff that doesn't make sense, and the graphics are horrendous. Just the environments look just awful. They look like PS1 textures. But just
the plot.
The plot, the world build, not even the overall plot, because the overall plot kind of falls apart when you think about it too hard, but the world building and the characters. I have never, it's just, especially when you're used to like Nintendo having very simplistic plot, to play a game with 40 different characters who all have like multiple dimensions and layers. They're all fully voice acted. Shoutouts to every voice actor in that game. Every voice actor nailed their role to perfection. Just, it's so much depth and world building and relationships with each other. You could make lore videos that last hours, and I'm sure people have. It's just, and the gameplay, it can be very addicting too, with all the different styles and the level of customization. It's just,
oh my god, I
love this game.
There's so much customization.
It was my first Fire Emblem game, and I had to, and for everybody as a teenager in middle school, if I made fun of people for liking Fire Emblem because it was like a weeb or an anime game, I would like to take a moment right now to apologize to each and every single one of them, because I love Fire Emblem Free Houses so much. I still cannot believe it's the Fire Emblem played start to finish. It's one of those where it's like, I love the game so much, I almost can't play another Fire Emblem game because I know it's not going to be Fire Emblem Free House. That's honestly, if I liked the game less, I would probably play more Fire Emblem games. It's one of those things where it's just like, I love this game so much, and I know every other game is going. I feel like every other Fire Emblem game I ever play will be a letdown compared to this one.
That's fair. I really do like the fact. I feel like this game specifically, it was a lot of people's first Fire Emblem, like true Fire Emblem games.
It was the biggest. It was the best-selling Fire Emblem game of all time, and
that was my first Fire Emblem game for me too. Love that game.
And according to a report I heard, apparently it still outsells Engage like every quarter.
I don't
blame them. Even though Engage came out 4 years later.
I don't blame them. We can talk about that later, but I don't blame them.
Free Houses also had insane word of mouth too. That's how I got into it. Because I don't think a lot of people really care. I think a lot of people shrugged when it was announced because they were like, oh, well, the Fire Emblem fans are happy. And then just everybody started talking about it, and it just blew up from there. But yeah.
On the memes about this game. Specifically...
Oh, I still make memes about this game to this very day. I'm gonna have to send you one after this, Ducks, that I made recently that's like spoofing, like, you know, like the 80s, like that Blood Debts movie that just ends with like the freeze frame of like, after this, so-and-so was sentenced to life in prison. The end.
Yeah.
I made a version of that with like the scene where like Byleth like at the end of like Silver Snow. You might know the cutscene I'm talking about. I won't spoil it for people who haven't played, but I had edited to that. Like, after this, Byleth served a life sentence. The end.
No, for me, it's the one clip where somebody like had Dorothea, like there was one like thing where she was singing, and she was like, they edited the person, she was like, she was just singing. Back when that was like a whole thing going on.
The memes are great. Like the
Oh my
discourse is
God.
great. There's no game that has the same experience to me as this game.
You are about for
I
that.
kind of want to replay it now. It's been a while. I've been forcing myself not to replay it for a while, so I fresh again when I play it again. So, but it's one of those games I'll pull out and do a playthrough of probably once a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, rampant fanboying is enough. Sorry about
No,
that.
you're all good.
I had to get my fanboy out for that one.
You were
Holy
cooking.
crap!
Oh, you're good. I had my turn.
I didn't even realize how much I love that game until I said it. But every time I think I don't like that game as much as.
Oh, Jam?
All right, Astral Chain.
Never played it.
I want to play this game.
It's
looks
again
good.
Platinum, again Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah. It looks
I have
good.
a friend.
I just never got it.
I have a friend who's played it extensively, and he says it's very good. I played it a little with him. The only problem is we quit that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It has the worst multiplayer I have ever seen. Worst co-op multiplayer. Because the plot is that you kind of have like a Gundam character that's tethered to your character, and you fight together using combos. Very fun, addictive gameplay in single player. When it's multiplayer and they split you with one of you as the Gundam guy who's tethered and can barely move on their own, and the other character chooses when or when not to summon them, it gets very disjointed and bad really quickly.
I see.
Also, especially since player 2 controls the camera,
Oh god.
No.
and player 1 controls the movement for like a twin stick situation.
Yeah, that's.
It makes no sense.
Oh god.
It is the worst implemented multiplayer I have ever seen in a game. This is a very fun game to play by this, from what I've heard, is a fun game to play by yourself.
Okay.
Do not play it in multiplayer. That is my takeaway. I don't know where to put it though.
This is all you. I had not played this game.
Yeah.
Put it never played to be safe. But it's one of those games. It's one of the never played
Well
games
played.
list that I definitely need to give like to give a try at some point. Super Kirby Clash.
I've also never
This
played
was
this
a
one.
free to play. This was
It's
like a free to
free-to-play.
play game with microtransactions thrown in.
I think
I
this game is awesome.
eh,
Like, not even like a
why do you
big.
think
It's
it's
awesome.
awesome?
I just like that Dean Kirby was broken. Because he could freeze time while he was fighting the enemies, and like that you got points based on the time. I don't know. It's just like it's simple, but like I just liked how much content it was out of a free game.
Okay, fair.
Hold on, freeze on my end. My game everything just froze on my end. Okay, no, now it's back.
Nothing-
Okay,
I wouldn't
sorry.
say it's nothing
Literally
crazy.
everything on my computer goes for like 20 seconds except you talking.
Oh
so
no.
If stream missed that 20 seconds, I apologize.
Like, it's definitely nothing to like go out of your way for, but like for a free game, I think it's definitely worth playing. That's how I feel about it.
Take it out for bulky items. The choice is yours. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Hey, where would you rank it then?
Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.
No, it's the highest I would give it is probably B. I love the game. The price, the highest I'll probably give it B.
Okay, B.
Because it is one of those games where it's like kind of simple, but like it's a good simple.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking around there too. I'm thinking around there too.
I'll put it above standard clips.
I would put it above standard,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Resisting the urge to make a triple S tier for free hours.
Don't miss
Link's Awakening remake.
Never played it.
I've played
Never played
it. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I heard they fixed a lot of like the problems with the first game being on the Game Boy, like it was very restrictive with your movement and such.
Yeah, I mean they added a couple of stuff to it. I would say if you played the one on the Game Boy Color or even the DX version, I don't think you're missing too much. It is definitely a really cool game. I played a bit of it. It's pretty decent.
Where'd you think it would rank then?
I would put it maybe like a high. God, I would put it a high like B. I think. I
I mean,
think. Yeah, I think because it's just like a remake, 3D remake, they didn't really add that much to it. But it's still like, if you have a Switch and it's portable, I mean,
so they did mainly like just quality of life changes, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's still kind of just like
I mean, graphics and
DX
sound
with 3.
overhaul, obviously,
Yeah.
too, because it's a Game Boy
Yeah.
game.
But it's such a short, like, Zelda. It's probably one of the shorter Zelda games. So it's,
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
Well, I mean, it was a Game Boy game. A lot of those were really short, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The secondary pandemic special that a lot of people
Oh.
had.
Yeah.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Yes. This game is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Good, like, exercise game.
Honestly, this game makes me way more exhausted than Wii Sport. Not Wii Sport. Wii Fit.
Mm.
Because every fight they have you doing the absolute most. At least, granted, I had it like set at like a pretty high difficulty just because I felt like challenging myself. But if you want exercise, this game's got you. This game's got you, and it's a very fun, interactive way to do it as well. I will say, like, I think it's definitely the bias towards Wii Fit. It's a story-driven game. There's not much mini games like to say like Wii Fit where it's like, oh, you have to like do this on the Wii Pad, you have to like meditate on the gamepad, or you have to like march the band. It was really just a linear-esque type of game. But if you're into that like adventure style of game, that you want to exercise while you're doing an adventure, I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Where would you rank it then?
It's no, it's a pretty good game actually. It's a pretty good game.
Low A tier?
I'm thinking low A tier. Low key.
Okay.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it.
It's
It's
a good
just
game.
that.
It's a good game, and it does exactly what it wants it to do.
Yeah. It's
Does
also
that-
one of the few games that will not work on Switch 2. Just
No,
because of
yeah,
the
the
Joy-Cons
thing.
on
Oh,
Switch
yeah.
2 being
Yeah,
larger.
keep in mind you can't use controllers on it, but you can play it on Switch 2 technically because you can. Nintendo confirmed you can have your old controllers be compatible with the
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
So-
all the Switch 1 controllers, Pro, Joy-Cons,
go.
etc. will be compatible on Switch
Yeah.
2.
I think the vast majority already have a Switch, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I saw one person I knew who was very upset that for some reason Pro controllers on the Switch 2 you cannot use it to power on and off the console like you could with the Switch 1, and I was like,
Mhm.
wait, my Pro controller can turn on and off the console on Switch
Yeah,
1?
I
I was like, oh yeah, you can. Neat.
I will like one thing I would like to add about Ring Fit Adventure. Wii Fit, I'm playing that game. I'm not exactly tired. Like, I would say I have like above average like athleticism. I'm not really tired when I'm playing Wii Fit. Ring Fit Adventure, I actually had to take breaks in between. Just because of how much like you're just moving constantly to do like, let's say you want to like damage like for example like the first boss. To do damage to him, each attack was a different like physical exercise. And it's
Ooh.
just yeah. So like if you want to do like for example, let's say you want to do like 50 damage to the boss, yeah, that was 30 ab crunches. And then that's just one attack. And imagine he takes like 9 to 10 attacks to kill the boss. Yeah, that game gets tiring. But, like, it's a good tiring.
This sounds like a big ask.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, Luigi's Mansion Free.
I'm again one of those games I've seen people play a lot of. I've seen a full playthrough of it. I think it's a strong S. I think it's definitely.
definitely an S.
I agree with that.
It's the best
Expect
like
it to be
Mario.
that.
It is the best Mario characterization I have ever. It is the best
Yeah.
characterization I've ever seen in a Mario game. Like, Because, like, even without dialogue, they still made the story interesting with, like, just with Mario and Luigi's noises and, like, their physical reactions.
And
I've never seen a game where Luigi and Mario are so expressive.
I mean, I would argue it's probably one of the more graphically impressive games on the Switch. Like, it looked really, really good.
I don't think it's an argument. I disagree with you.
Used the fixed camera angle very wisely to make the game look as pretty as they could. The gameplay is fun, although it arguably overstays its welcome. Don't marathon this game either, because you will get sick of it in the last third or so. You'll get sick of it. It picks up on like the last 2 or 3 floors, but there's like a couple floors like from like 9 to 12 where you're just like, I want to be done.
You know,
it was like the pipes, like the sewer system level. That one.
It was the magic level to me. It was just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
the magic level and then the pirate level. I don't care about either. I don't care.
Shoutouts to that guy in Nintendo that comes up with weird things like Luigi and like
Luigi, I will say, fun character. I hope Luigi should have shown up in a Mario Kart.
I was gonna say that. I'd rather have Luigi than Metal Mario again.
Yeah,
it's
if
like
we're gonna add like the reskins of Metal Mario and Gold Peach and stuff, can we add Luigi?
It's like Luigi and like
drives into the water and frickin' drowns.
It's like Luigi and like the elephant are like the two like things that I'm like thinking like Nintendo just went on like online and like, oh yeah, this is like something we have to do. Definitely stole it from someone.
Oh, and Luigi actually makes for good co-op mode, unlike Astral Chain. So I can confirm I did do a playthrough with a friend of Luigi's Mansion 3 with Luigi. It was very fun.
The only gripe I will say about this game is that personally I thought Luigi Mansion Dark Moon had the better multiplayer mode regarding like
Scare Scraper and stuff.
Yeah.
I also had a gripe with I wish they had stuck more cohesive with the hotel theme.
Yeah.
Cause it felt like they had like this room, like they had like the laundry area, basement area, and then the lobby. Like then afterwards they just got into like magic, an Egyptian pyramid. It's just like, what are we doing?
Pyramid in the middle of nowhere. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, this ain't a hotel anymore. Like, come on. I think they just did the hotel because they wanted to make a longer game than Luigi's Mansion 1, but not have multiple mansions. So that was their compromise. Technically, it should be called Luigi's Hotel, not Luigi's Mansion, but...
Dude, that's the game. They gotta sell it off as the third game.
But yeah, very fun game. Very expressive. I can see why Nintendo bought Next Level Games after this. They definitely proved their worth. Especially after Dark Moon kind of got mixed reception, they definitely redeemed themselves with free.
Oh yeah.
I actually remember hearing somebody from the dev said one of the first things they did when they were going to make free is watch Dark Moon footage, YouTubers playing it, just to see what people liked and hated about the game. And that's something interesting because you never that a lot, so.
Now, what is this next game on this list? The Stretchers? I've never seen it.
Never. No, wait, we skipped someone. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for Tokyo 2020. Even though, you know, celebrating the Olympics that technically didn't happen. I mean, it did, but not in 2020.
Yeah, not in 2020.
It's very it's aged very funnily because of that. The last Mario Olympic Games before they stopped making them for NFTs.
That made me so sad.
You guys saw that, right? Where the IOC said they stopped giving Sega the Olympics license so they could invest that money into NFTs.
I did not. Ugh.
Yeah, no, like, that actually bothered me when I saw that.
I'll be honest, the franchise had run its course. Both the Wii U games were pretty bad, and I don't think I don't remember hearing. Rio was terrible.
I thought it was
Rio was one of the worst wastes of money I've ever spent on a video game.
I will say, actually, probably the sake of nostalgia thing, I do love that game soundtrack.
Yeah. I will say rugby was fun, but like one good mini game does not make.
That's fair.
And there were no dream events too. It was just. I do not know anything about Tokyo 2020. I heard it was a lot better than Rio, but like not really what.
It's a solid. I played it. It's a solid game. No,
Where would you put
I
it?
can rate this one. I can rate this one.
Where would you put it?
I put it above Fire Emblem Warriors.
Okay.
Right there. It's a solid game.
I heard they had like they had a story mode, which is interesting because none of the other games really had that other than like the DS version of Winter.
It had a story mode, yeah, but like I know it's my Vancouver 2012 bias showing, but the DS story mode, I could ramble.
I never had the DS back in the day. I played Festival mode on the Wii though, and that was great. Oh, we could spend hours reminiscing about that, but we need to move on.
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours already.
Yeah.
Just know I love Mario and Sonic Olympic games, and I was genuinely pissed off when they stopped making them.
We got another 2. Wait, what was one? Oh yeah, the one after that.
We have so much games still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like.
What the?
A lot of this I've not played.
Let me look.
To be fair, there's a lot of To be fair, the games we haven't played will be easy. We could just shove them into not played. For instance, has anyone here played the Stretchers?
I'm gonna look up this real quick. The Stretchers. Nintendo Switch. I'll let you know what it is.
This is my entire life. This is like Team Arms. This is all I'm processing.
Let's see. Stretchers gameplay. What is this?
Oh, this has nothing to do with Arms. Okay.
Oh, okay. It looks like the kids game.
You know what low-key reminds me of actually no, it does not remind me of Overcooked. Like aesthetic it reminds me of Overcooked, but like I got nothing. Put it in never played. Nah, put it in I got nothing. I got nothing about this game.
It kind of, from what I've heard, it's like one person carries one end and one person carries another, which is like so it's like that one Mario Party 7 mini game, but like stretched out. But I didn't even know this was a no exclusive. But yeah,
it's like the ER bets, that's why. But like I just know nothing about. I never heard of this until this playlist.
Yeah, me neither.
Another
Pokemon Sword and Shield. Gen 8.
Oh my gosh.
Are they
nothing about.
Are they different games, or is this another like 2-game thing that are like?
Yeah, it's the 2-game thing.
It's the 2-game thing. No, this is not like actually Loki. Man, that's I will say Sword Dog is better than Shield Dog, at least when the game came out. But this game.
Didn't this game have like a lot of bugs in it, or is that another game?
That was very buggy. It's very scuffed.
Not as bad as the Scarlet and Violet, which we'll get to, but yeah, this one was bad.
This one is bad, yeah. But like, some of my favorite Pokemon did come from this game, so I do have a soft spot for it, like Snob and Foley, Cramorant. I have a soft spot for it, but the game overall is like, it's alright, but like, definitely like in bottom. And of all the Pokemon games, I think this is like definitely like bottom 3 or bottom 4.
Where would you put then?
I would put it above Snipper Clips. I don't want to put it B tier, but I would say it's like above Snipper Clips. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Like
Sword.
Also, Hop. Actually, that's like another thing about that game. Hop is the worst rival character, like worst like buddy rival character I've ever seen. I actively wanted him off my screen every time I saw him there. I did not want to fight my rival. Hated him.
The only thing I know about this game is basically Dexit. Dexit and Scottish Gloria. That's the only other thing I know. The Scottish Gloria memes.
Yeah. I will say.
You don't be like, oh, it's too juicy, isn't it? Yeah, I'll chew your arms off, you daft.
I really do like their the designs of like the protagonists. They're probably like one of my favorite avatar designs. That and like black and white. That's black and white.
Of course, the game is set in Britain, so we gotta move it down a couple tiers. that.
Oh, downward.
Make it E tier for England. Okay. I did not know they made a Dr. Kawashima's brain training for Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
Neither did I.
I heard about this a little bit, but I don't know anything about it.
I know a little bit about the DS game. I do not know anything about this one.
I feel like it's a hard haven't played.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a hard haven't played.
I'm sure it's good because
Yeah.
the DS ones were good. But...
I'm
I
sure
will
it's definitely
say-
good, but I don't think I would like it's more of like a casual thing that like you know you have
Oh,
I feel like you buy like you're a person who has a Switch but you don't actually it's for those crowd of people that don't actually play games really hardcore. I don't know.
Right.
It's very hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely from the casual era of the DS, like the early era with Nintendo sufferings.
I will say the only thing I want to say is shoutouts to Awesome Games Done Quick. The taskbot run of the game on the DS, that was the funniest thing I've ever watched.
What is the next one?
The next one is
Oh, it's Encore.
Kawashitai.
I never heard of this
Tokyo
game.
Mirage Sessions FE Encore.
What is that?
It is a mix of it is
Fire
crossover
Emblem?
between Shimigami Tensei and Fire
And Fire
Emblem,
Emblem.
except not really either.
Because they made it a rhythm game.
A rhythm game, violently Japan like idol anime game.
Yeah. I know nothing about it. I
And
just
it's
remember one
crossover between
character-
Shimigami Tensei, which is like the darker version of Persona, and Fire Emblem, and they made it like idol pop.
So anime S tier, obviously. I'm kidding.
I actually heard the gameplay of this was really good.
That's what I heard, but I haven't played it, so I can't say anything. All I know is I liked Tsubasa. I only know her because of the spirit from Smash Ultimate. I just thought her design was neat. That was really it.
Yeah. Do we just put this in never
Yeah.
played then?
Never played. I never played it.
Yeah, definitely one I would be curious to look at. I don't think I'd pay $60 for it, but definitely if I saw it for
If it's
sale
deal,
on the
yeah.
bargain
If it's a
bin, I
deal.
would give it a look just because I'm morbidly curious. Pokemon Home, that's a game? I thought that was like a service.
I'm gonna say it is like a service, so it's.
What is Pokemon Home?
I think you store your Pokemons in it through like the various man, I can't even. Let me look this up to make sure I'm not talking shit. Cloud. It is a cloud platform game. Okay, so it just holds Pokemon from other games. This isn't really a game.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
where do we put this?
I put this as never played, but
Yeah.
I would
do you think,
argue
Dux?
it's not a game.
Do we make a not a game category?
That's I feel you just gotta wait. There's more than that
We'll
than
just
we
put it-
can.
We'll just put never played. Alright. Next up, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue EX.
Never played this one either, sadly. I've heard the series is pretty good.
I hear good things about Mystery Dungeon. Weirdly, I remember the first one I heard was a dual release where one was on the Game Boy Advance and one was on DS, which was very interesting. Dux, what are your thoughts?
Is he AFK maybe? Yeah, he's not saying anything. Doo-doo. Ducks! Oh, he left. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he might be leaving and jumping back in. The sound thing happened again to him, I presume.
No, I agree, Dux. You're right. Yeah. No, I got you.
No, Dux, I don't agree with that opinion. Dux, what are you thinking?
I can't believe he would say this.
Unbelievable. Can't believe we invited him here.
He's trying hard.
Hello?
There you are.
Okay, there we go.
Am I back? Oh my gosh.
Hello, Ducks?
I don't know how. Hello?
Oh, I can't hear him. I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
He's actually live now.
Okay.
He's the poor man.
Okay. What's it? Yeah, Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon as a whole is a really good series that if you like Pokemon, definitely worth considering getting into at some point. At least it's one of those things you at least try once. If you didn't like it, so be it. At least try it. But this game is no exception to that rule because it's really hard to mess up the Mystery Dungeon formula. I also really like that this game, like art style. Honestly, it grew on me. I wasn't like the biggest fan, but it grew on me. But I also like what else? Honestly, I just like Mystery Dungeon a lot. That's like the really big basis of it.
Okay. I think this is a remake of the original, right?
It is like the first ever like Mystery Dungeon. It's a remake, but it's like a good remake. It was they didn't add, if they added much to it. I never played the original, so I can't say what they added to it exactly. I just know that this one that I played is really good, and that's my only concern.
Okay, where would you put it then?
Oh, let me go. It's definitely above B tier. It's definitely at least like A or it's definitely A or S for me.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll put it right in smack in the middle of A then.
I'd have it like above Tetris 99.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on again. Oh, New Horizons.
Yeah,
One of the big ones.
this is an S
It's a
tier.
big game.
This one has
This-
had probably the most interesting lifespan of any Switch game.
Yeah.
Just because of the circumstances surrounding it. Because,
was
in case
quarantine
you guys
game.
didn't know, gather around children, there was a thing
Mhm.
called COVID. This came out the week COVID hit, and this was a lot of people's first few months of COVID. It was this and Tiger King.
I will tell you without getting too far into it. Like this game was very impactful to the point where like the president at the time like was like they had made something for his campaign for his re-election in Animal Crossing.
Well, not he wasn't president
Well-
yet, but he would get elected president. I
Yeah.
presume solely because of the Animal Crossing campaign. But yeah, like Wendy's and Arby's were making islands. Like it was that much of a phenomenon for. In a way, Animal Crossing has always been a big franchise for Nintendo, but never that. It is the second best-selling Nintendo Switch game solely because of
This
COVID.
game definitely was a surge for the franchise, that's for sure.
Just because of the timing it came, and the funny
Yeah.
thing is, it wasn't even supposed to come out delayed. It was supposed to come out summer of 2019. It got delayed to March 2020. That was the best delay in the history of game delays. But over time, though, it's also had a weird shelf life because a lot of the loyal Animal Crossing fans do not like this game.
Like me.
Yeah. I'd seen like a documentary on YouTube about like the negatives, and I do agree to a point,
but
There's a lot of gripes I have
coined
with
a
this
term
game.
for this, like the New Horizonsification of games, where they will add so many quality of life and streamlined experiences to the point where it takes out some of the charm. Example, always
I
have
agree.
like the mirrors. You can now go to a mirror in this game to get a haircut instead of having to play like
go to
20
age,
questions at
yeah.
Shampoo.
Yeah,
Which
I just
in theory is a great quality of life improvement, but then you miss out on having Shampoo
Yeah.
and talking to them and trying to guess. So it's one of those things where in theory this is a but in practice they also drip fed a lot of content when
Yeah.
they really shouldn't have. A lot of it should have just been base. But
I-
honestly, the biggest problem, it was a lot focused on the customization of the
Yeah.
island
That's
rather
too
than
much
like
crafting, bro.
living
It's
in
too
it.
much for me. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean, in the other game, like I feel like it adds a bit to it because I mean, if this was like City Folk, I probably would just like sell my stuff for the day and then leave. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good like dictator game too because no one can leave your island unless you want them to.
Yeah, but again, that's also a thing where it
like that.
removes some of the frustrating charm of the pre. I think Nintendo underestimated how much of the frustration of the archaicness of Animal Crossing ironically adds to the charm of it.
Yeah.
But
Because I'm glad you brought this up, because I was gonna say my biggest thing is that I really liked New Leaf, and then when I went to this
Right.
game, it was just too much
Well-
going on.
well, part of it was that everybody played through it too fast. Because Nintendo was drip feeding, assuming people would play it like 15 minutes a day,
Yeah.
like they always do Animal Crossing. COVID came and everybody marathon for all the content.
That's true. That is so
And-
true. And then like the first couple
honest-
days you can't do much.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest problem with this game, the number one single biggest problem with this game, even the customization would be good. The biggest problem was not multiple save files. That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
biggest undoing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the only way you could create, because if you customize your island like it's perfect the way you want it to, what do?
You gotta buy a whole nother
You
Switch.
already made it look as nice. You already made it look the way you want it to. And even if you want to do, maybe I'll do a different theme. Like maybe I'll make this one like woodsy next time. It's just like,
Nope.
well, I hope you do on. The only way you're doing that is if you delete this island and make a new one.
Exactly.
Especially if you get like
So-
a bad like
Especially-
plaza like placement.
Especially because, like, this was a problem too with Breath of the Wild not having multiple saves. But the thing is, Breath of the Wild, if you made multiple accounts on your Switch, you get a new save file for each one. So,
Yeah.
but not for Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. All
Nope.
people share the same
No.
island.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or a bozo.
So yeah. So screw you for that. But I cannot. But I still like the game.
It's
It's
still a good
very
game.
pretty.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just not.
very pretty. The music is great.
It's just not
top-tier
an S
music.
tier game for me. It's a S tier game, not an SS tier. That's
Yeah.
I would put it high A, low S. Yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
around here. Also, two funny stories about it. Well, one, this is the only game I've ever lost. I lost the cartridge of it a few years ago, and I haven't been able to find it since. So, oh yeah. Also, I remember back to COVID in stores just because I'm a physical gamer. Went to Target the day it came out. They
Ow.
had giant kiosks full
Oh,
of
God.
it there. Nobody was in the store getting it.
Oh my god.
It was like
You would,
that
bro.
was
You
the
would.
first
Thinking
moment
of the
when
box.
COVID hit. Like, oh crap, this is real serious. And like, I got a pre-order bonus, like a
Mhm.
pre-order bonus with the game. And I asked why, because I didn't order pre-order. I've never pre-ordered a game in my life. The ladies just said nobody's shown up, so we're just giving them to whoever buys them. Buys a game. Like, you're the first person to walk in. Like, I showed up at like 10 or 11 a.m. when the store opened at like 6 or 7 a.m. And she said, you're the first person here to have bought a game. Not
Oh
even
my
like
god.
the first
Like,
person
it makes
to
sense,
buy
it's like-
Animal Crossing. You're the
Just
first
the
person in
game.
this entire Target in this relatively busy plaza to have purchased a video game today.
Damn.
That's like 5 hours after they open.
Yeah.
The Glamping King.
Can I just say, golden tools should never be allowed to be broken. That is like my biggest pet peeve.
Wait, if they break, I thought
Yeah.
you.
They break in this game.
They do.
Wow. How do you get
To
them
be fair,
back?
They lasted absurd. You build another
Oh, okay.
them in this game. Like,
Like my
to
thing
be
is,
fair,
like,
they lasted
Plus, save an extra $50
Mhm.
on every
To be fair, it's kind of like the Hylian shield breaking in Breath of the Wild, where it lasts.
like the new Whirlpool French door refrigerator featuring an indoor
Uh-huh.
ice and water dispenser.
Oh,
and
Jan's breaking up.
refrigerated exterior drawer to keep go-to
It's a really long time.
I agree.
I'm back.
Oh no, you
It
can.
lasts a really long time, to be fair, but yeah, kind of dookie.
like no, my thing is like with the Animal Crossing, it's like the golden tools are like the thing you work like you are
That it
always
breaks
working
it all.
towards the golden tools. These things never broke. This is like your like you didn't get a trophy, you got golden tools that were broken, did so much for you, and it was just showing the fruits of your labor. What do you mean I could just make another one because the other one
Oh
broke?
wow.
It just feels unearned.
It's-
At least to me, it feels unearned.
by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more
Like all you need is just the rest. You could just get the recipe from
Really
somebody else's
breaking up
island.
now. My gosh.
Oh my gosh. But like my thing with the golden tools in that game is that you could just get the recipe from somebody else's island, and you didn't have to put any of the work to get the tool in the first place.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Time to go to
That's
Treasure
the-
Island.
So literally go to Treasure Island, you get the DIY thing for the golden tools, you never have to work for it ever again.
I
But
had
then
a, I had a friend who did the Treasure Islands on stream, and what she would do is she would go there, and then it would say not to dump your items, but then she would dump her items and then leave. Oh. One, two, three.
Jam, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh. Oh no.
A bit.
Oh,
There
there
it
we
How's the
go.
tearing going, boys? It's going well. Welcome to Stream Atlas. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for redeeming the Hydrate, Atlas. Anyways, next game, good job. I actually have heard of this game.
I've heard of it, I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's an eShop game. It's basically, you have to do a lot of weird tasks, but with like funky physics and stuff. It's one of those like,
Ooh.
it almost feels almost Sims-like, where you can like torture the little guys, but it's like office stuff where like move the whiteboard into here, and the solution to doing that is smashing open the office wall.
Okay, no, that's actually
Thank you, Atlas, for redeeming elongate muscles. So that's stretching.
okay, but I'm stealing that.
Yeah, I just decided to name it something funny. Shout out to, I believe, Saint, who has it as unshrink the spine.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah. We love Saint. But yeah, good job. I'll put it never played, but honestly it looks like really fun. It's like it's like that one, you know, do you guys ever play like the Portal, like spin-off game? Not one or two, but like the one where you had to solve puzzles?
I
It's kind
had
of the same energy.
I had played one of the mods that like you get like 4 portals or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like moving out, Atlas. That's a good way
Okay.
of putting it. But yeah, I'll put it never played though, but yeah. Alright, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Well. First of all, Xenoblade's definitely a hit or miss for people. It's a hit for me. And
Hmm.
this game I would personally put in SS tier. The plot, the characters.
I've played a little bit of it. I do want to play a more full playthrough of it sometime. The thing that hung up for me is I don't like the auto battling. The fact that that Shulkin gang just start swinging their sword when they get near someone instead of you pressing a button
Yeah.
to do it. It feels weird to me. Just
How
I
well
don't
does
like games that like do
Okay.
that for me.
how
I
well
don't
does
like
this
auto mechanics.
how well does this game run on the Switch? Because I know this was originally
It
a
runs
Switch. I
actually
mean,
pretty
not
well.
not a Switch,
Pretty
Wii
well.
on the Wii.
Monolith Soft are really gods at this
They're
stuff.
consistent.
They were the
They're
ones who helped
consistent.
Nintendo get Breath of the Wild to run on Switch.
I was thinking of like because it was a Wii title.
It was a
was a
Wii
Wii title.
title,
Yeah.
and it ran, and it was like considered a shockingly groundbreaking Wii title. Like
Did
what
you-
it was able to.
Did you
handle.
play with that with the like Wiimote, or did they make you play with the game
Oh, no, you-
I do
controller?
not know. I never played the original Wii version,
never
and
played
actually
the
never
original
did
either.
anyone because it barely sold on the Wii.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
the visuals in this game, literally this game is the definition of, oh my gosh, the Switch can handle so much good graphics, and then you look at Sword and Shield. It is the
Yeah.
stereotype.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this was like, yeah, because this game was a little awkward on the Wii. Like, they had to crowdfund, like, fans basically had to beg Nintendo of America to release the game back in the day
Ugh.
on the Wii.
Mhm.
So this was like the second chance for it, and it did well. Also, fun fact, the reason everybody talks with British accents in Xenoblade games is because the first one, they were so unconfident in it that Nintendo of America didn't even bother making their own dub of it. They just used the Nintendo of Europe dub.
Okay, that
And everybody liked the accent so much that that's just
But
a
they do
deliberate
work.
choice for all the future games.
They do. It does work. Like I can't imagine them with like an actual like pure like American English accent. I can't imagine that now.
Yeah, they just all have these posh accents. But yeah, it's a fun game. Very interesting lore and world building. From what I've heard.
Yeah, the world build. No, the world building.
I
of this
believe
game-
you.
I'm not saying anything for spoiler's sake, but
The
this game-
open world map, I believe, is just on a giant mech. Like that's just sitting in the ocean. That's just like thousands of miles wide.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine like an open world game that takes place on like the lion turtle in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm not saying too much for spoilers, but like, yeah, the world building in this game is actually like, it's undescribable. It's nothing like anything else.
Also, they have an ethnic cleansing of a town within like the first 3 hours, so that's how you know it's a good game.
That is true.
So
Like-
where would we rank this one? I don't know if I've played enough of it to give a true opinion. The only I liked
That
a
is
lot
so
about it. I
fair.
just did not like the battling system.
I like the battling system because like the auto damage is like it's one. You're really when you're doing the battle system, you're not thinking of like the automatic damage. You're really thinking about the additional other stuff you're doing to like do alongside the damage. That's how I process it. And then you could like combo those like added benefits into like other stuff, and that's when you have like get the combos going and get real damage.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have this right under Odyssey, but that's just me. I really like this. This is unironically a 10 out of 10 game for me.
I would be more reserved just from what I've played. I still like it. There are things holding it back from me from being like that truly like I believe like for SS like you need to play this game if you have a Switch. Which I don't know if
that's like hit or miss. Like Xenoblade is like hit or miss for people.
Yeah, I think I'll put it between Splatoon 2 and Luigi's Mansion 3. Like middle of S.
Middle of S.
I can put it maybe above Splatoon 2.
I can agree to that. I'll agree to that. I would have it. I'll agree with that. You already know where I'll put it though.
Yeah, I know. We'll debate Xenoblade later, especially since spoiler, we'll be looking at the entire Xenoblade series. Shout out to Nintendo, the entire Xenoblade series is on Switch. All right. 51 Clubhouse games.
Never played it.
Never played it.
It's basically Nintendo's tabletop sim.
Yeah, but I've just never played it.
But it's got a lot of. I've played a little bit of it. It's just bunch of card games, checkers, chess, darts, all that stuff. But it's definitely a great multiplayer game to have. Just because like if you have it, you just have all of the games.
Yeah.
So it's a very convenient game to have if you like playing multiplayer a lot. I've only played a little bit. I feel like I can confidently rank it like at least like top of C.
Okay.
It's like it's just it's the basic one.
But you can't go wrong with tabletop games.
Yeah. It doesn't really innovate much beyond that, but it's fun. It serves it does its mission. It serves it well, and there's 51 of them too.
It's 51.
So a lot of content.
At least one of them.
Yeah, and it's just like having all of those games just like in a convenient spot to play online if you want to just play chess with someone on Switch or something. And I believe it has online multiplayer, so very good move to do during the pandemic. So it's basically Switch's table simulator, but yeah. All right, and this might be the shortest one. Jump Rope King.
I never played it.
That is indeed a game. That is
Jump Rope Challenge.
That is an
I
game.
actually downloaded this.
Me
This
too.
game's lore is literally that Nintendo devs were bored during the pandemic, so they whipped up this game and released it for free for a couple weeks.
Just to get people moving. Woo!
It's literally just a high score game where you swing the Joy-Cons like jump ropes and the rabbit jumps in front of you. And like this screenshot you're looking at, Red, that is the entire game. That is the entire game. You've seen it. There it is.
Yeah, wow.
You've seen all the content of this game within 30 seconds.
S tier. I'm gonna call it.
Yes,
this is my one.
I fully
This is my
agree.
one.
S tier.
This is my one
This
S
is
tier.
exactly what it sets out to do.
No. I've got to put it. I like games I haven't played. This is me.
Where would you put it?
I would put it at games I haven't played, but that's me because I've not played this.
I'll put it at S. Just.
Yeah, you
does
know what?
everything
You know
it
what?
sets out to
Yeah,
do.
S tier.
It's peak rage bait.
It's also
Yeah.
completely free to play.
It is free.
You don't even need like the Nintendo Switch Online. Just free
Yeah.
in general.
You know what? Put it above Splatoon. No. Yeah.
Put it above Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Actually.
Triple S. All right. So, I'm trying to count how many we have left.
1, 2.
13 by 5. That is. That's 65. 65!
Tell you what, we are starting to get a little bit late in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we do 5 more. We bring it down to 60 since there's been 120. That gets us halfway through. And then we do a part 2 of this sometime.
Okay. I can
This
agree with
again
that.
soon.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later, my goal is to get this done before the Switch 2 actually releases.
I
But
got you.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But yeah, we'll break it up. And I will put, for my chat, I will splice the VODs together so we can just have the one big mega one. I would have started this stream about an hour earlier had I known it would go this long.
How dare we?
I thought we would be done with this. I thought this would be like a 2-hour stream.
No.
I don't think you realize the type of people we are.
Yeah. You ramble.
I did not realize we would be yapping this much. Alright, but then that means we have 5 games left to do tonight, so,
Next game is...
Pokemon Cafe Remix,
Oh,
which is,
yeah.
I believe, another mobile game, right?
That is a mobile game. I know nothing about it.
Me neither.
It's
I
like a puzzle game, but it's like a very grindy, takes a long time game.
I feel like it might be right next to Pokemon Quest, but...
The thing is, I've heard about Pokemon Cafe Mix, and I've heard people say good things about it. I've never heard anyone talk about Quest.
So a high C.
Yeah, I guess so. I was just gonna put it never played, but...
Never played? No, you're right. This wouldn't be fair to it.
Yeah, this is. Wait, what is? This?
I've seen screenshots. If you look at screenshots, the
That's the
art
first
sounds
thing I'm
like
doing. I do
the art
like
sounds
the
like
art
very clearly this is a mobile game, but like the art sounds also very adorable. Looks like hand painted and everything.
This remind me of like. I don't know what type of style this game is. It's like Puyo Puyo and Candy Crush. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Maybe Watermelon gonna maybe?
Maybe.
So, Paper Mario Origami King.
Oh, this... You know, I played this again, another game halfway through, but this definitely, you know, is a great game. I can contest to it.
It's fun for some reason. This game is like my Moby Dick when it comes to finishing a game.
Yeah, it's...
2 times I have attempted to play through the game. 2 times I get past the World War I boss, like the colored pencils. 2 times I've just dropped the game and never picked it up again.
It is such like a good the writing in it's like really great. I remember one Toad going like, "You're Mario, can't you arrest them or something?" The writing is so great.
That's, to be fair, even like people say the bad era of Paper Mario, one thing they should always have in that like the humor has always been great in every paper, because I played Color Splash. Color Splash's humor was peak. There was one time when a Shy Guy locked up like Mario and like the side partner character in jail, and at one point they were making noise trying to. The Shy Guy didn't notice and was like, "Hey, quit all that noise, or I'll come in there and." Well, actually, I really can't do anything, can I? I mean, I already locked you up. There's not really much more I can do about raising the game's age rating.
But I mean, I don't know. To me, maybe between God, It's definitely an S for me at least. Like
I will beat
Play.
Origami King one day, I promise. But
No, this one I'll let you all
people
decide.
I don't know
I have no
why
opinion
people
about it.
complain about how white everything looks like paper in Paper Mario, the new
Hey.
games. I love that about the new Paper Mario
The
games.
Paper
That
Mario
is far and
game has
away the
paper
best
in it.
quality about the new Paper Mario games. That everything looks like paper. It's amazing. And like just the shading on Paper Mario himself, like in this game, honestly, the story from what I've seen is a lot better than Color Splashes too.
Yeah,
Not
it
as good
is.
as Super Paper.
Not
as good as Super.
Uh-oh.
Bro,
Go
better
on.
than Jump Rope Challenge? Whoa.
Not as good as Super, but
I played Color Splash. I didn't finish it because I got stuck at one point. They stopped giving me new areas and I didn't know what to do. But
I might be able to talk you through that, Red. Just message me sometime if you
okay.
feel the
I
urge to
will
play
because
that game
I
again.
I played it and I was like there was no other area to go to and I kept on doing like an arena challenge because I thought that's what you did, but I just didn't.
That game can be a little confusing. Color Splash was okay, although that's one of the bad ones. But people's reaction for Origami King was like, this is the best they could possibly do with Paper Mario if they're not going to go back to like the traditional RPG format.
I mean, it's
system.
still good as like a.
I liked the rotation was fun though from a puzzle.
Yeah, it was.
I'm elitist in that regard, I'll admit.
Also, I like how people joked it's still turn-based. Gah.
God.
I don't know. I mean,
Where would you-
it's like how I feel about like the like I guess the best example, and again, this is just my based opinion, right? Not everyone agrees. I feel like it's definitely a Paper Mario game as much as like Nuts and Bolts was like a Banjo game. As much as everyone hates that game, I did
makes
like that
sense.
game.
I actually heard Nuts and Bolts was a good game.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That is
It
not
was
what I
just a
heard.
bad banjo. Game.
Yeah, it was a bad Banjo game, but it was still to me was way ahead of its time.
The problem was the
just-
thing is
I
never revive an old franchise with a spin-off. That's the easiest way to piss the crap off of
Yeah.
the original fans. Like if they had been releasing brand new Banjo-Kazooie platform up to Nuts and Bolts' release, Nuts and Bolts would probably be received more positively.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it is the same problem with Metroid Prime Federation Force. Because I actually heard that game was pretty fun too, so. But yeah, where would you rank this, like, slotting into the S tiers?
I feel like it would be a good like low S maybe.
We'll put it between Animal Crossing and Jump Rope Challenge then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's good.
I'm gonna let y'all decide this one.
I
only played
do
like the
want to
first
finish
two.
it one of these days because it's a game. More than anything, it's a game I really want. Like, you ever have a game like where you just want to you want
Yeah.
to like it?
And it's
Yeah,
very.
that's where I am with.
It is a long Paper Mario game, so it's definitely really good.
Yeah, and I like Paper Mario too. So, and this one. So what do we think of 64 Sunshine and Galaxy? We're ranking here with 3D All Stars.
The games are great; they're amazing. Even the Galaxy one apparently was great. But I think this is not based on the games themselves, but it's.
For me, I'll let you finish.
This is not based on all these games are banger. They are triple tiers, but this is purely based on how they marketed it and how it was. Like, I hate to say it, it's definitely between C or D tier. Like, the fact it was limited, the fact that you can't get it anymore, and the fact that there's like
to
a
be
couple
fair,
of.
it was quote unquote limited. It sold 10
Yeah.
million copies. It's not like it's gonna ever be ultra rare and hard to find, but
They're
but
really
it
banger
definitely-
games.
It definitely felt lazy. It felt
Yeah.
like very
Yeah.
late.
They even
Like,
had
they did
to
not
patch.
put as much effort as they could have.
They had to patch the game because in Sunshine there was I think they were like kind of like dev balls that were in like the special stages where you're in space without flood, and they had to fix it after the fact. The irony of this is that if you played on Dolphin, it does not happen. Oh.
It's straight up emulated ports too, like using
Yeah.
EOS emulation. They did. It's not like all they did was graphic upscaling. That was basically it. They did do some changes, obviously. Like Mario Sunshine was converted into widescreen. Mario Galaxy has button controls,
Yeah,
obvious.
I mean Galaxy
Also,
is.
no Mario Galaxy 2. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I think Galaxy is the biggest reason you buy this.
And I do own this game for the record, and
Okay.
I'll put it in just because 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy are all great games.
They're good
Yeah.
games.
It's nice
like-
to play them again.
But as like a 30th anniversary for Mario.
35th.
Mario,
Yeah, it was.
Jumpman Mario. Like this is your
Yeah.
IP of all IPs.
Especially
Like-
All
like,
Stars, like
This is lazy. Like here's my biggest argument with this game. Think Kirby's 20th anniversary. There was
Oh,
so
yeah.
much content in that.
yeah, they put a lot of.
Yeah.
And then we went to this. That's what it was
To
for
be
me.
fair, I do think some of it was hampered by COVID, because
Yeah.
even like Miyamoto
Yeah.
has basically said we were gonna do not even necessarily on the game front, but like in like the other stuff, they said there was so much stuff we had to cancel, which is weird for the 35th.
Yeah.
I never thought that was like a big celebration. I would have like they didn't really have to do anything this year.
Like, I'd rather they just wait for 40 and give me like a full game. That's why I feel like.
Also, should note, we are in year 40 now. 40th anniversary. We haven't heard jack crap about any celebration
Yeah.
this year. So,
But what
I
are we
guess the
placing?
Switch 2 is taking all their attention, but...
What are we placing it as?
You said D tier, didn't you, Red?
I'll give it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
one of those where it's a
mm.
disappointing
Games are
collection, but the
good.
games are good on their
It's
own.
good, but the collection itself is.
Yeah.
I'll put it... I guess I'll put it in D tier, but like the top of D tier.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, maybe it's C tier. I
Because of how
don't
much
know.
of a letdown it was.
Yeah, it's a big one though.
Hmm.
Wait, where is it? Where is it? I don't know.
And
if
they
it's
also
next.
fixed none of the pacing problems Sunshine had. Like, not even a coin counter. That's still
No.
just as frustrating.
Can I just say one of my biggest pet peeves is when they actually nerfed BLJs.
Yeah, they used the Shindu version.
Because they use the
so-
Shindo version in Japan,
Mhm.
because that adds, which is great.
Yeah.
But they also fixed a bunch of the glitches, and it turns out backwards long jumping is a glitch. So
Yeah.
No,
they also changed the so
No.
long Bowser line.
need to change that. That made me mad.
Yeah.
Bowser's back in the closet. Unfortunately, very sad. But yeah, that's why I also tell people, like, people are like, release an HD port of Melee, and it's like, do you really want them to remake Melee? Because
No.
if they
Yeah.
do,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna patch out all the bugs.
No way.
And spoiler alert: a lot of the moves you like in Melee are bugs.
You think they're
Wave
gonna?
dashing is a bug. It was not intended for the game.
You think they're gonna put that on the GameCube thing?
I don't know, because they still have yet to put Smash Brothers on the N64 one.
Yeah, it might be like the Pokemon thing. It may be a bit, not good financially to.
They put it on the Wii and Wii U Virtual, though, which is interesting. So and Nintendo owns it fully in house, but also forgot to mention we were talking about Smash again. Like I said, Namco actually makes a lot of games. Namco makes Smash Ultimate. They were like Sakurai still was the director and everything, but Namco was most of the dev team.
It's the wildest thing to me.
Yeah.
Like it's on brand, but it's the wildest thing. Yeah. Oh, we do get to talk about it. Oh my god.
Kirby Fighters 2.
Oh.
I know nothing about this game except Suplex Kirby is cool. That's it.
This is like a sequel to like a side game from one of the earlier Kirby games, right?
Yeah, from Triple Deluxe. The only reason because I played it.
And,
Yeah.
and it's more fleshed out and
Yeah.
such.
You know
It was
what?
more fleshed out, but I never.
There
I
is
think it's alright.
there's one thing I know about this game. It has Kirby in it. And that's
No
it.
way.
What?
With the sword, Kirby gonna go out there and suck again.
Honestly, I don't know enough about this game to say never play it. Because like the first one, it was like okay, but like it felt like there was game missing. Like obviously it was a side
Yeah.
note, but it felt like there was game missing.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean-
put it then and never played.
I feel like I do like Kirby a lot, but like a lot of the side games, I feel like the brand carries it, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun that I will say Kirby far and away had the most consistent. I don't know how Lab has their output as fast as they do. They'll just like sneeze out free Kirby games every year. They have insanely good output in a time and era where dev cycles take longer and longer. They're just like, yep, you know, while you were taking a bath, while you were in the shower just now, we made another Kirby game. Kirby fans ate during the Switch era. And then finally, Lost Media.
This makes me so mad. This was my favorite
This
battle
angers
royale.
me so much.
This was my favorite battle royale of all time. I loved how it was the Mario levels. I loved the whole gimmick of you send the enemies to your other enemies. It was
Here's the thing
cool.
about the other limited time release. Also, I noticed they did not include the Fire Emblem one on this list. That's interesting.
Was it
but
Fire Emblem battle royale?
No, the Fire Emblem, like when they re-released Fire Emblem for a limited time, around that same time. They did not include that on this tier list, but I mean that's a straight port though, so I guess.
Okay, that's.
But anyways, back to Mario Bros. 35. It's a limited time thing, at least for if you buy 3D All Stars in limited time, you could still play it afterwards. This was an online live service game.
It even hurts even more to know that there was a game like this online that someone had like made as a fan made, but Nintendo took that down and then made this right after, and they took it down.
I would have understood because this was free to play. I would have understood if they took this down and then like a year later they came out like with a paid game. That's similar, paid Super Mario Battle Royale. That's a lot more fleshed out version.
But no,
but they never did. So this is like the Mario. This is like Nintendo's PT basically at this point.
Makes it really hard to rate, doesn't it?
Not really. I still rate it high. I'm not gonna rate it low. Crap with it because the game was fun.
The game was fun,
very simple, not a lot of gameplay, but very addictive. I'd put it in A.
I have it right above Tetris 99. This was my favorite battle royale.
Also, it has a great theme song. It also has a great theme song that's also lost in media.
No, it's a shame I will never get to play it.
Yeah, no one will. I still have not deleted it from the icon off my Switch. I'm like, I refuse. Don't let the flame die out. I don't care if I can't play it.
In the arms.
No more. Don't let the flame die out.
In the arms of Shigeru Miyamoto.
Far away from.
I just want that. I want that, and then like have his face like transparent while he's fading away in the Mario 35 thing.
Man, I'm still reminiscing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it.
No, damn you
For
couldn't.
tonight's session.
Okay.
Hold on, let me do later.
You hear? No, I hear you now.
Okay. But that'll be it for today. We'll do part 2 next time we get together.
Oh, this is
Because that's
fun.
60 of them. We'll do the other 60 after. Again, apologies. I did not realize it would be this long.
You're so
Nah.
good. I got to yap about games I like.
No, I did enjoy this. I feel like the list was long though, sadly.
I was simply not ready for 120 games. That was simply it.
Because we continue to probably would be maybe even like 6-7 hours because it's like you have like all these other games.
I did not realize you two had played this many Switch games, so I was expecting a lot more to go into never played. But yeah, alright then. I will set up a part 2 with you guys off stream.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and end stream on my end right now.
I'll look up mine.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Alright, thanks again, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I will see you guys later.
You too. Thanks for inviting me to this jam. Nice meeting you, Duck.
Nice meeting you too.
Yo, oh. I will see you guys later.
Alright, see you later. See you for the next session.
Oh yeah, it'll be
guys.
fun. Bye, Jam.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait. Bye, Jam. Okay. Wait. Bye, Jam. I'm kidding. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye. Okay, that was fun. Let us before we do go, let's do an Annie watch party real quick. Hold on. We missed it. I hope she's still on. That's my favorite streamers, guys. I didn't get to watch them, so we'll sit here and bully them, Tiny. Oh, they are great. Where are my redeems? There they are.
Yeah, go lock your door. Stop! Red doll.
They look really great. Oh, they look great. Oh, we gotta run away. Oh no, ads.
Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Oops. Hold on, we gotta do. Where is that one? That one. That one.
I can't remember what I needed these. There's probably more in the video.
Who threw that red?
Probably is a red. He's throwing stuff
Not
at me
me.
too.
You stink red. Go take a shower, Stinky.
I went down for more seeds and I went all the way back
Okay.
up without seeds.
Let us raid Annie.
Another raid! Jam!
I forgot to shout out 2 shout-outs lined up.
Let us go raid Annie. If you're still around, thank you so much for your watching stream. Yeah, I had really a great time.
This song, and it's like a...
Read Annie. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys stopping by. It was fun. I had a great time today. We will sit here and watch them until I raid out.
Can I feed the chickens cabbage seeds? Or do they only eat wheat seeds?
Cabbage seeds? They should be able to eat any seed, as far as I know.
Yeah, it was fun. It was very long though. I did enjoy talking shop. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. As we're raiding out here, we'll sit here and watch Annie and them. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you for the sub rep. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Make sure you get some food.
It was much longer than I anticipated, but it was very exciting. I won't lie to you though, a lot of the stuff that we talked about, I had no idea. But I did enjoy listening to, you know, people who are passionate about things. It was very interesting. I would love to do it again. Okay, I will let us go out.
Shout out still on cooldown.
Enjoy, chat. The bar